mainly because of some hero moments coming out from the likes of Rain, from the likes of Beamus, especially a new kid on the block, putting up a hell of a showing, some crazy stuff from him. And we do have the scoreboard for you guys. Brokey, Nico, Rain, Coldzera, everyone chiming in. In fact, Beamus hitting 21 frags at the end of it. So that's a great debut for the youngster. On the side of Godsent, they got to be a little disappointed, but then I did have my question, Spin. Picking Nuke in with a brand new player, although Frolic did show what he could do with the scout, he was comparatively a little bit quiet. And I feel like maybe a different map would have been a better start for them, but they're going to be feeling a little frustrated because this is a map they should have taken.
Yeah, it's never fun to lose your own map pick, that's for sure. And I think Godsent, I can see why they went into picking Nuke against Faze Clan, because I think we saw on the T side from Faze Clan that they are a little bit one-dimensional. The only thing they tried out throughout that entire half was playing fast and very aggressive Counter-Strike, and I think that's a great idea by Faze Clan. I think they have the players that is suited well for that playstyle, with lack of practice with Bimmers as well. It's you can't expect too much from Faze Clan in terms of the depth within the strategy. That being said, though, I do want to say that I would have liked Yanko to take a timeout a little bit earlier, maybe try out a slower variation of some of the stuff they did. But again, if you're winning the game 16-12, if you're winning your opponent's map pick, you can only be that critical over it. So I think for Faze Clan, they are more than satisfied. And for Bimmers as a player and as a debut in this one, he did so fine. Now moving into the next map, that's gonna be in Inferno, if I'm not mistaken, right here, bro. It's a map that we know Faze Clan to be super good at. What do we have to look out for? Is it Bimmers again having a great series? Is it Coldzera, or is it more Faze Clan as a whole that is going to be strong here?
I think looking at a map like Inferno, I do believe it's going to be much more easier for Faze to handle things, especially on the CD side, right? The rotations are much more reasonable. I don't think it's as hard a map to handle as would be a map like Nuke. And I think the pressure right now is going to be on the side of Godsent. Like, how are they going to be countering Faze here? I thought Nuke would really go the way of Godsent, right? They are a team who are very comfortable in it. They've had a couple of very good wins on it recently as well. So I think it's going to be more of the same. I hate to say, but I feel Faze might just run away with this one. They just seem to be just popping off right now. And that's the scary thing about this team. They're not even trying. They're just going for fast-paced plays. And when you have everyone popping off, especially Nana, this is your spot. I want him to feel at home. No, I want this guy to go around the map. I want him to be in apps. I want him to pull off a potential JW for that match, be the thorn in the side of the Faze T side. Because you see that T side of Faze on Nuke, I don't think it's going to be the same on Inferno, obviously. But if Farley can be disruptive, he could be the X factor. And I would like Godsent to utilize him in that manner rather than just keeping him like a turret on a bomb site.
Now quickly, Faze Clan or Godsent?
I'm going to go all the way Faze. I think they have this 2-0.
All right, let's have a look after the break. We are ready to shoot the second map of Faze Clan against Godsent away in just a moment.
Yeah, come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah, cause it feels good right now. Yeah. Gotta show me the money. Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Never been around wealth, now I'm surrounded. Nice cars at the mansion right next to the fountain. CEOs in business suits and private accountants. Yeah. Summertime parties by the pool, we lounging. By night we out stunting on the main strip. Out of state trips, cars with the paint drip. How could you hate this? Jewelry in my chain sit. That's the life I wanna live. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. Yeah. It's all about the lifestyle. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. Yeah. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Haha. Never have to worry if I have enough dough. Fashion show out in Paris in the front row. Party every night, I don't have time to sleep. Next day it's the same, just rinse and repeat. Summertime trips on a yacht to the island. Squad rolling with me and we do a lot of wildin'. A bottle of whatever you want, just put your order in. You can have as much as you want, there's plenty more of them. Yeah, show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. It's all about the lifestyle. It's all about the lifestyle. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah. Show me the money. Show me the money. Show me the money. Yeah. Come on. Show me the money. Show me the money. Cause it feels good right now.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to start this second map of Faze taking on Godsent. We saw Faze Clan win out the first one 16-12 in a rather fast manner. It was a high-paced game. There was a lot of action going on, so I expect nothing less coming into Inferno. Blur, your initial take on the map of Inferno between these two teams?
I think it's going to play out a little bit more traditionally, right? Like in Inferno's map, we're going to be seeing the team just pushing in time and time again. Even Faze, I don't think will be just running a banana or mid like 15 times out of all the 15 rounds they have here. But there's going to be Faze starting on the T side, and now Godsent on, some people might say, the more favorable side. We do have the smoke, nade, and a flashbang purchase of Crystal. No kits on the side of Godsent. That's interesting because for Faze, they have a lot of utility. They have Coulter and Nico, the two stars of the team with the smoke, a couple of flashbangs, a Molotov, and an extra smoke as well. And they're going to be coming and charging in. It's going to be Sticko opening things up and a push from Rain and Bim as they're going to find a couple of kills real quick.
And they're just going to continue exactly where they left off on Nuke. Very high pace, super aggressive, getting the bomb down within the first 25 seconds of the round. And now, as you said, it is a 3 versus 4 retake coming in from Godsent. And as you pointed out, there is no kit available, not at the moment at least. Crystal with a smoke and a flash, maybe can give them some cover, much needed. Bimas in a good position here though with the Glock. If he can find the first kill, that should be it. Rain gets it towards Maiden, and I think this is going to be it. This retake looks highly unlikely to happen for Godsent. Rain finds another one with the USP, and he finishes it off with Cold Zero now. Faze Clan again, exactly as we were talking about, picking it up where they left it on Nuke. Super high pace, super aggressive, and a nice push in towards this big bomb site.
Yeah, this is different aggression though, right, Pimp? I mean, if you look at Nuke, that was more like just running in, hoping to get the trades going their way. This was much more methodical. They had the game plan in mind. It was fast, but there was a plan behind it. And for Godsent, they're going to be feeling a little frustrated with that. Even the retake, they need to make it a little bit more quicker because they didn't have the kit. And of course, they got picked apart there one by one. Force by coming in for the side of Godsent. They got a few nades in the hands of Madden, Zen, and Crystal. Sticko with the scout and the nade in turn from Faze, doing so much damage to the Crystal and Zen. You see the 3 stack from Godsent right now. They have placed 3 players towards the B side, but as time does slowly start to whittle away, we might see Zen slowly falling back, but no. He's going to be sticking on around. We just see 4 players of Faze slowly make that 5 players inching their way towards B, and they're just going to be going for the hit here, Pin.
Yeah, that is quite questionable, but I guess you have to follow through with it. Bimas, Rain finding one each, and what was looking a bit dangerous for Faze Clan all of a sudden looks like it's a walk in the park, a 5 versus 3 bomb down, it should be relatively easy for FaZe Clan to shut down this round. Now, I do agree with you. It's just blindly going into the bomb side. Again, if you're looking at Counter-Strike, if you're comparing a FaZe Clan to an Astralis, for an example, you can just see the difference in approach. FaZe Clan taking risk, taking gambles, but getting away with it because they have such strong individual players. Neither is necessarily right or wrong, dare I say, right? It's just two different ways of approaching Counter-Strike and two different ways at looking at Counter-Strike. And that's cool to see that some of the top teams out there are not all trying to copy each other. FaZe Clan playing super aggressive, taking big risk, but also getting the big dollar out of it when it works out. 2-0 for them, and a strong start to this game as well.
Yeah, the only complaint I believe we all had about that about the T-side of Nuke was the fact that, well, they were running in and doing the same thing over and over and over again, expecting things to change. And as we all know, that is the definition of insanity. But here it's different. Here, you know, it's Inferno, it plays out differently. And I like this from Faze. It's kind of like a vulgar display of power, showing, trying to intimidate Godsent into submission, showing that we are the better team, we have the better individual players, and we will completely dominate you. We will force you to play scared. And I think that's an interesting tactic, because Godsent, again, bear in mind, we've been talking about Bimus as a new player coming in for FaZe, but let's not forget, for Farlig, it's his first time in this roster as well. He needs to find time to kind of feel comfortable in this lineup, and this could make things troublesome for Godsent. You know, when the pressure mounts, whatever game plan you had in mind trying to take down FaZe, it could potentially fall apart. So I agree with you, Pimp. You know, this style in this map in particular could work out. And here comes a play again, but Sicko, blinded or not, he gets a kill, looking for more, but Nico and Rain, they deny him.
Farley as well, getting taken out by a grenade of Nikos, and again, Godsent will have to give up before it even began. Dare I say, Crystal saving a USB, Maiden saving a Deagle, I believe it is, and at this point, there's nothing they can do to change the outcome of this round. As you were talking about before, the fact that FaZe Clan is practicing this new style, I'd say, especially on a map like Inferno, you know, being so aggressive, being so hyperactive, it's not always a good idea, but when you make it work, it is so frustrating for your opponent. So I can definitely understand why Godsent already now, just 3 rounds into the game, maybe is a bit afraid of the fact that FaZe Clan is playing such a high-paced game. Nevertheless, they're going up 3-0. Question is, how many people are they going to survive this round? Nico finds another kill and combines with Bimas for the 5th one as well for the round. 3-0 for FaZe Clan. The money is looking super, super solid. Godsent coming with the first buy round of theirs now. And Nico again, he had a strong map on Nuke, and he's starting off super, super strong here on Inferno as well. If I'm Nico right now, I'm feeling super comfortable coming into this half.
Oh yeah, he's feeling very good at the moment, and that is a scary proposition indeed. We do have, I hear some text in the chat, Pimp. That could be a technical timeout getting called. So yeah, this round's going to be counted. We're going to be going for a technical timeout. Not too sure what's going on right now. Usually it's a TeamSpeak issue that seems to have been a problem right now, considering it's online Counter-Strike. But Pimp, like going back, you know, a number of years, and let's talk, that's a time when you used to be playing. Let's be real, it's been much lesser technical timeouts than we've had in, let's say, 2014 to 15. Right?
Yeah, it's a joy. Back then, there was a timeout all the time, and I think we resolved this one quickly as well as we're about to go into the game. But you're definitely right. Back then, we could easily play a best of 3 over the course of 5 or 6 hours, and that was not always fun to be part of. So good to see that the production team behind this Dreamhack tournament is able to solve it relatively quickly. We're back into the game straight away. FaZe Clan up 3-0, and as I said before, Godsent with the first buy round in the game. Farley on the AWP, has a smoke, has a flashbang, so still a bit of utility to work with. FaZe Clan as well going for this banana control, and I think that's where we have to see the first fights occur on the banana. Who's going to win out that battle?
Yeah, it's going to be all about banana control. I know it's an oft-coded cliche, so to speak, and a banana control. You've heard it so many times throughout the entire lifetime of Counter-Strike as a franchise, if you ask me. But it's one of the facts, it's one of the tenets of Counter-Strike when it comes to this map. It's all about the banana control. And the Godsent this time, I like what they're doing. They're keeping the T's at bay. And interestingly, it's going to be Bimas, who's going to be the one holding the line to his banana. Rain going to be peeking out, but the double peek comes in from Godsent, and he finds 2, and no trade comes in the way of FaZe, and that's going to force him back towards the B bomb side, where Crystal and Madden are holding the line.
Now let's see what FaZe Clan has in store for us. There's still a decent amount of utility left. Bimas with a smoke, the same with Brokey. The 2 youngsters are going to be the players who's going to smoke up the A bomb side. Switching back and forth with the guns as well. Not really sure, and I think that's what you saw right there in the game was maybe one of the players unsure of where to aim for the smoke. And again, at this level, it shouldn't happen. But still, a new guy into a new team. There's going to be a lot of small nuances in the game that's not going to work out. Nonetheless, CT Spawn gets smoked. Cold0 finds the first frag towards Farley. Second frag on Maiden as well as up to Kristen to defend this bomb site. All of a sudden, we have a 3 versus 3. It was looking super solid for Godsent, and now they're forced into a retake scenario. Bomb hasn't gone down just yet. Smoke is about to disappear as well. Cold0 has to be fast. Question is, does he get this bomb plant? He does. Crystal jumping in, goes down to Dreamhack. I don't know what the hell is going on right now. Brokey with an AWP has to defend this bomb site. Finds the frag towards 10. And now all he has to do is stay alive, buy some more time if he can. Stuko trying to find him, hiding behind the pillar, and that's going to be a tough retake. No kit either, Blur.
Yeah, Stuko, one of the more tenured players. You're almost gets the kill onto Vimas with Brokey with the AWP. He's not missing much right now, is he? 4-0 for FaZe Clan. This is where Godsent probably called for a timeout.
Yeah, look at that shot. Look at that shot from Cold0. Once again, showing why he was considered to be the best player in the world in the old days. He's been stepping it up as of lately. On Nuke, he was playing super well. That entry right there, that is the defining factor in this round. That is the reason why FaZe Clan even has a chance of picking it up, now making it 4-0. Another big missed opportunity by Godsent. And at what point, Blur, do you start to worry for the Swedish own squad?
Now, I start to worry right now. This is where things can spiral out of control. Look at the money. Look at the money on the side of FaZe already. 4-0 up, and you have Bimas and Brokey on 7 and 8K, Nico and Rain on $5,000. That's already starting to spiral out of control, and this is just the upgraded pistols coming in for the side of Godsent. Bimas being the kind of like the passive lurker, just holding the flanks, making sure no one's pushing in. And if he starts to pop off in confidence, Pimp, then this is a dangerous looking FaZe right now. Cold jumping up, catches Zen. It's all in Crystal, and he's gonna meet his maker. 5-0 for FaZe, a flawless round in that anti-eco. And now Godsent, this buy is gonna be coming in. I would love to see attack timeout right now for Devil Walk to talk things through before they go for this, but I think they already have a plan in mind.
I think you're right. At least they should have a plan in mind, and I think we once again have to look towards the new Danish addition to this Godsent roster, Farley. He was playing so well in the Road to Rio tournament just a few weeks ago with Copenhagen Flames. Now made the switch into Godsent, and so far hasn't been the best debut for him. Of course, going up against FaZe Clan is in your very first match with a new squad. That's not easy. Bimas as well. He's going to burn to death right here. That's not lucky for the new player right here. And I guess the rookies are getting a taste of what it's like being a real professional, dare I say it, at least on this level. Sometimes you gotta be ready for a lot of stuff. FaZe Clan, once again, they want to explode in towards this bomb site. Stuko getting caught out with a smoke. Stays alive. Nope, goes down to Cold0. Sin as well. Rain takes him out, and it's the pace coming out of FaZe Clan right now. No matter where they go, no matter how fast they do it, it always catches Godsent off guard. They got the first kill, Blur, and then all of a sudden, everything fell apart.
Yeah, I mean, what do you say about that? I mean, look at this. They like you said, they get Bimas right there. You can see his corpse lying on Banana. And the remaining 4 players, they get the bomb site, they get 4 kills. And guess what? They take 3 points of damage. Let me reiterate that. They take 3 points of damage on Cold0. That's how easily to take the bomb site. And this is a very worrying sign for Godsent. Yeah, they're going to get the max loss bonus coming into the next round, but considering it's going to be just 3,400, it's still not going to be enough for a good buy. We might be seeing a few upgraded pistols, some Kevlar, a little bit of utility, and they're going to try and work around this Madden's M4. But it's already starting to crumble here, the CD side for Godsent. 6-0 up for FaZe. And this take from FaZe, this is just clinical. It's like a heated, I don't know, a katana through butter. Just like easily just cleaving open the A bomb site.
It's starting to look like the FaZe Clan we knew back in 2017, at least in 2018 as well, when they were having the big period where everyone was afraid of playing FaZe Clan. The individual skill back when Kerrigan was on the lineup, Nico playing well. It's just a hard machine to stop, dare I say it. And the pace they're putting on right now, it's incredible tough for Godsent to deal with it. Our new roster, as we talked about, Farley haven't had much of a success, but it's not his fault. It's more the team that's not able to deal with it. Cold0 fighting another frag towards Sen this round. Should be relatively easy though. Not a lot invested by Godsent, and as we can see, Farley goes down as well. Placing on a legendary 007. I mean, maybe it's a little bit rough to point out right here, but it's fun still, isn't it?
Yeah, for all welcome to the big leagues. That's all I can say. Well, to be sure. I mean, it is his first game. Really can't count first game with this lineup, and he's only really had a taste of the top-tier Counter-Strike very recently, right? He really hasn't done that much in the past. It's only his recent success in the side of Copenhagen Flames that's really put him on the radar for a lot of people. But facing off against a Faze like this, who have just thrown caution to the winds, who are just like steamrolling you right now, that's got to be a scary proposition. I don't really want to point things out. Hopefully, he does wake up. But bear in mind, even Madden and Frolic, both of them have yet to get off a single kill yet. And ironically, you can see our man Bimas having a hell of a time already. I think he's sitting around 10 kills already early on, and he already cracked the 20-figure mark on Nuke. So, sorry, he's on 6 kills, but still, like when everyone else is doing the fragging as well, there's so much you can do. I think Bimas is off to a great start. He looked shaky initially. You saw the way he's playing ramp on Nuke. Initially, he was very tentative, a little scared here and there. But then, when he started getting the frags, he just woke on up. That T side was phenomenal. And now, he is looking very solid indeed here.
He sure is. And maybe about now we get to see the first timeout of the game coming out from Godsent. We have a little fun fact on the screen, Blur. Godsent have 8 kills. So do Coldzera and Rain. That's not a great statistic right there.
Yeah, that's rough to see, isn't it?
It is. What do they have to do, right? Because it feels like, to me, it feels like Godsent, they are just getting overwhelmed by the pace coming out of Faze Clan. So how do you deal with that? Well, you use all your utility, all your smokes, all your grenades in the beginning of the rounds, and then you'll just have to bank on the fact that you can hold them off until the fact that they comes in and execute. But it doesn't seem like they have the confidence in that. So they're still trying to fight towards Banana. They're still trying to fight towards middle. Do you think that's the right approach by Godsent, or do they have to take a step back and just make sure not to get overrun?
I feel like they could do a little bit of re-aggression. Like, they go for the initial deals, force Faze to expend a little bit of utility, right? Don't use too much of your own as well. This is good, but that nade, a chunky nade on the crystal. So that smoke's going to keep them at bay for a while. Now you have control of Banana, and this is what Faze is so good at, the pace being steady. Look at where Rain is. He can catch Zen off guard, and gonna be Zen though peeking in, right eye peek, coming in favorably for Zen. It's much better for them. They get the opening pick, but we've seen what happened earlier when they got an opening kill. It still got overrun. This is good from Godsent, though. They have Banana control. They have 4 players towards the A-bombs, that heavy presence towards brackets as well. And now Faze, with a minute on the clock, they have to fight for a little bit more real estate, and we can see that happening. They're slowly trying to reclaim Banana. What I would love to see right now, Pimp, is Crystal and Madden working in tandem and trying to re-aggress towards Banana and potentially try to get a pick. Unfortunately, I say that, and you are right. They have no utility remaining on the B-bombs and not even a single flashbang to work with. So now they have to sit on the sides and hope the crossfires work out, and that's where Faze, they thrive in those scenarios.
They should, right? But as said, that's the direct consequence of using all your utility in the beginning, and that's the question I tried to pose to you. Do you think that's a good idea? By the looks of it so far, they are in a prime position to win the first round of the half. Farley with the AWP now. Maybe he can get the first kill. We'll have to wait and see. There's only 15 seconds left. The flash comes out. It's going to be an explosion out of AFs. We don't get to see it right here. Farley gets a kill towards middle. Nico finds one towards Stiku as well, and then looks like the bomb is going down right here from Faze Clan, and we now have ourselves a 2 versus 4. A smoke in the hands of Nico. He can smoke off towards Arch. He will do that. Then it's up to Brokey and him to see if they can find the kills. 4 versus 2. Godsent, they haven't had a better chance to win a round so far.
Yeah, this is the best opportunity they've had in forever. And it's all going to come down. Again, it's going to be Nico and Brokey. These two have been so phenomenal together. Brokey with the off looking towards Library, but now it's all on him, and this is rough, especially when AWP is going to switch to the Deagle, though, and he's going to try and catch Madden dropping down mid-air, but Godsent finally get around on board to pick up the AWP as well, and more importantly, they keep 4 players alive, Pimp. Now, that was a little close to comfort, but now, if they can't string a couple of rounds together without hemorrhaging too many players, we could potentially, now this is me being very optimistic, but we could potentially still have a game on our hands.
Hopefully we got a game on our hands. I think Faze so far have been playing some stellar Counter-Strike. They're picking up the pace again. We saw it on Nuke. It worked out in the end on the T side. Got the W, and now coming into Inferno, it's just been super solid from Faze Clan, both on an individual level, but also the way they're approaching the game as a team. Everyone seems to be on board that they need to play aggressive. So does Godsent, though. Farley and Stiku combining for an aggressive down towards middle. Didn't work out. Bimas as well, ready forward. And he gets his 7th kill in the round, so definitely not the start Godsent would hope for. Some more aggression towards Banana. Can't find that kill either. Bimas as well, just punishing Godsent left, right, and center right now. He's been super well playing today so far. I think he can be proud of his debut. 9 rounds into this Inferno game as well. Refrag from Maiden gives them maybe a bit of a chance to get back inside this round. But with 43 HP, 3 men against 4, it looks already now super, super rough for Godsent.
Does indeed. And this is the heartbreaker, right? You win in such a crucial round, you keep 4 players alive, you treat 2 AWPs as well, and now you're a man down. Frolic and Madden instead. They have so much work to do. Madden with a crucial kill on the BMAX, almost called him BMAX there. And now coldzera. If you can find Frolic, this is the round done. It's all about timing. It's all about what's going to work on that. coldzera hasn't made a sound yet. It's slowly going to be falling by. He's running away now. And I think Frolic might have heard a couple of footsteps. And that might be sending Madden over towards that B bomb site. If Zen gets taken down, this could be it, but they might not be expecting him to be holding this angle. He can easily find a couple of kills, finds one, looking for more, and it's going to be Madden, in fact, who gets the kill onto Nico, leaving it all on Brokey. Tech 9 in hand, he gets a dink in, he gets a kill. 18 seconds on the clock, bomb drop. He still has to pick that one up. He's going in for the kill, offbound. He's looking for the frag. 13 seconds, but in the smoke, Madden's going to no-scope him, and that's going to be Godsent winning the round. That looked very scary, Pim, but somehow they hold on.
Yeah, a great start by Bimas towards middle and also towards Banana, punishing both the aggressive players, coming in from Godsent. Madden, though, finding kills with his AWP, a 4 kill in the round. Get to see all of them right here. That was well played by him. And as you said, that's all it takes. A few rounds in a row, and all of a sudden you can start to believe that Godsent can fight their way back into this game. It is Inferno. It is the CT side they're playing right now. It's not an easy side, not an easy map, especially not as a new team, but they can get away with 6, maybe 7 rounds. I think we have a 50-50 game on our hands. Nico getting caught off guard right here by Crystal. That is exactly what we need to see. The opening duels is starting to go the way of Godsent, and that's going to put on some extra pressure towards Faze Clan.
Yeah, it's a little late, but, well, better late than never, as the old adage goes. And Faze now opting to pressure towards the apartments area. They have 4 players from Godsent here. It's an interesting decision by Godsent, if you ask me, Pim. They have the 1 player towards B, that's Crystal, and he's playing all the way. Oh, that's brilliant. That is just brilliant. The bait jump from BMAS and Brokey, he's not going to miss those. Oh, man, if I'm mad and I'm feeling frustrated and angry right now. Sticko not able to get the trade, and it's going to be falling on back. Lovely stuff, but I love his re-aggression from Frolic. He misses it. He spots too many players. He finds one, but Brokey with a trade, but Zen with a double trade in return. And all of a sudden, it's turned on its head, and it's in the hands of coldzera in a 1v3.
Trying to get out of apartments, it didn't work out. Sen finds his 3rd kill in the round, and what a hold that was from the Finnish player. Farley, a little bit unlucky with that first shot. Did some good damage control, got the second one, and allowed for Sen to get these 2 kills. Right here you see it. Fantastically done by the Finnish player from Godsent, and that's 3 rounds in a row now from Godsent. And again, at what point do we think that Faze Clan needs to take a timeout? And if not to slow down the pace, at least to maybe stop the momentum coming in from Godsent, as we see Farley being taken down to 70 HP by his teammate. Not the greatest start for him right here. He's having a rough time right now. Goes down as well towards Banana. Crystal finds the refresh towards Nico. Finds another one on Rain. German in-game leader has been super well playing towards Banana so far in this game. Starting to find some success. 2 rounds in a row now, and maybe this is where Faze Clan needs to slow it down a little bit. The pace is not working. It's not surprising anymore. So what's plan B? What's the next step?
Plan B is, well, from what we've seen from Faze, is continue to hold W and kill everyone in their path, right? That was a great hold from Crystal, like you pointed out, a German in-game leader. And speaking of Germans and nationalities, I think we have 10 nationalities in the server right now. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we have 10 nationalities, and if we count the 2 coaches, we have 12 of them in the server at the moment, which is, it's wild. It's truly globally offensive, Pep.
It is truly global offensive, and it's the new era of Counter-Strike. It started roughly 5-6 years ago with the first international teams, and that was actually Faze back then called G2, if I'm not mistaken, or something along those lines. Kinkwin, I can't remember it. And now they became the Faze Clan Mousesports, another team that is doing well internationally speaking. Player who's not doing too well right here, that's Maiden. Or Madden. Not sure why he wanted to go for that peek. Great kill, though, by Bimas. He's been having a strong T-side so far on Inferno. Now Faze Clan, they're regrouping back towards the B-bomb side. Only 1 player left defending. Question is that going to be enough? Crystal has had a good round so far. The rotations are slowly but surely coming in from Godsent, but I don't think they'll be there in time. Crystal sitting on the bomb side. He has to get at least 1 kill in order to make it possible for his teammates to refrag right here. Sticko going for the duel.
Oh, no.
Crystal going down to coldzera, and now what was looking like a round that was going in the favor of Godsent all of a sudden looks super, super rough. A kit on both Sen and Crystal's hands. So is Sticko. but they have to find 3 kills and defuse the bomb.
I felt like Crystal didn't have to peek there. Sticker was doing a great job playing distraction, and all the attention and teams were on him. He could have prevented the bomb from getting planted, but he peeks, he gets taken down, and now it's going to come down to Zen. He finds one, trade comes in the form of the Beermaster, and it's all on Sticko. Coldzera is going to deny him. Faze, they get to 8 rounds, and more importantly, the money. It's not terrible for Godsent. I do believe one of the players can get dropped, but after this fight, they're going to be pretty much almost broke, Pimp, and that's going to, if they lose this round, the upcoming round, that's going to allow Faze to go on another tear and get to potentially even 11 to 12 rounds. It's nuke all over again, pretty much.
It is. That being said, though, Faze Clan do not have a lot of money in the bank either. If they do lose this round, they can potentially buy, depending on how the round plays out, bomb plants and all that kind of stuff. Doesn't matter, though, because Maiden, he's going to be aggressive towards Banana. Find 2 kills, 1 on Nico, 1 on Bimas. And there we go. Great start by him. We saw it on Nuke as well. All of a sudden, he just stepped it up, took 2 entry kills, and single-handedly won a round for Godsent. Good to see he still got it in him. A little bit unfortunate for Bimas. I was just about to say he's been playing so well so far. Maiden goes for the 4th kill as well. Does he get an ace? Nope. Coldzera says no, denies him the ace, but that was a very well-played round by Maiden. Coldzera, 1 versus 4. We've seen him done it before, Blur, but let's be honest, most likely not gonna happen this time around.
Yeah, not gonna happen at all. We see Sticker already pushing up towards
say that.
drains. No, that's not gonna happen, Pim. Let's be real here.
Okay.
There we go. But yeah, Madden, great hold from him, 4K. I kind of wish he even got that ace. That could have definitely helped his morale a little bit. He's been struggling, especially towards that Archer area.
And look at the money now from Faze Clan, right? They don't have enough to buy up if they want to go for a full buy. 3 of the players have enough money, 2 of them don't. So, as you were pointing out so correctly just before, had Godsent lost that round, it would have been the different way. But now that Faze didn't win, they are starting to struggle with the money. But that is also part of the story in this game. That is the first, dare I say, eco Faze Clan is having 12 rounds into the game. So they've been in pretty much money control throughout the entire game so far.
Oh yeah, 100%. And I do agree with you. Like, Faze, the money not looking great. I like what they've done. They haven't gone for the full commit. They've just gone for the upgraded pistols, a little couple of smokes, a flashbang. And it seems like they're heading towards this A bomb side where we do see the 2 cities rotating over. Are they going to reach her in time is the question. Crystal, perfectly timed smoke, giving them at bay, but it's completely blinded. And it's going to be off with his head, a French Revolution all over again, as Rain is going to decapitate him. Sticko replies back with a nade of his own. Coldzera barely alive, internally bleeding out at 6 HP. Rain looking for more, but Sticko and Zen, they're going to stem the bleeding for now. And it's all on Nico and Coldzera to somehow make something happen, and that looks very unlikely then.
It's so good to see Godsent showing some resilience, showing Faze Clan that despite them being run over in the first beginning of this half, they are standing tall still. They're making a fight, and now Nico, of course, one of the best players in the world with the Desert Eagle in hand. We've seen him done crazy stuff before, but this time around, nothing is going his way. Another nice round by Godsent, putting the score to 8-5. We still haven't seen a timeout coming out from Faze Clan, so they must feel relatively confident in the game plan still, but do you think that's enough? 8 rounds on the T side on Inferno with a new player on the roster. Is that going to be enough for Faze Clan, or are they looking towards 9 or 10?
Oh yeah, they're obviously looking for more, right? But as we do enter the penultimate round of this first half, they have the full buy coming in as well. And I don't think anyone's going to be ecoing into the final round, win or lose here. There's going to be another force buy coming out, even if Godsent win or Faze wins this round. But yeah, I do agree. I think they'd be even more happy if they get a couple more rounds. But even 8 rounds, I think they've done their job. I think it's been a great half already from Faze. But considering the lead they had, Pimp, if they kind of like allow Godsent to kind of come back into this one, it's going to be very rough indeed. But those 2 kills are massive. And now it's all on Sticko. 1v3 all alone in the bomb side. He's going to find one, but he isn't spotted out. He's going to do the smart thing, toss in the nade, and it's going to take a chunk out of Nico. Bomb dropped as well. They got to pick it up, and this is so well played by Sticko, but Rain, his little spider sense tingling, but is now left in a 1v2.
The Norwegian player will have to do it all by himself. Not aware there's a player towards Arch, or is he? Checking towards CT spawn, he could catch a player right here, and he does so. Nice by Rain. Puts it in 1 versus 1. There's a player towards middle. I don't think he knows where he is. And now he does. Sticko goes for the duel. Doesn't get the kill. Rain charging in and finds the kill. An amazing clutch coming out from the Norwegian player. I gotta say, Godsent, rounds like these, you cannot give them up. Of course, it is so very well played by Rain, but you're in a prime position to almost make the game even, and you give up what essentially is a 1 versus 3 to Rain. Nicely done by him, though, going for the duel, showing no remorse whatsoever, full of confidence, getting the 9th round on the board and putting the money on Godsent in the bunkers. Not looking good here for Godsent. Still an AWP on Farley, but 2 players will have to do with a Deagle. Aggressive towards middle again. It didn't work out the last time for Spigo. Does it now? Yes, finds the first kill, gets instantly tricked back by Brokey, and we got status quo 4 versus 4. This game is hectic. This game is all over the place.
Indeed it is, and I love the pace being set by Faze here. They know where the AWP is, and it's going to be on Farlick. He finds a nice little flick onto Rain, and now they're trying to pressure him. Backup has arrived, though. 3 players now on the bomb side. Now, if Brokey gets the kill onto Crystal, they're going to be heading over to the B bomb side, as Nico's going to find one. Farlick still alive with the AWP. He knows where the player is, right on the smoke. It's Nico, the veteran, hunting down the player. Brokey, if he can find Crystal, this could be massive. He's looking for him. He sniffs him out, but he's not able to find him yet.
Still plenty of time to work around here for Nico. Heading down towards middle, well aware that Crystal could be sitting right here. Finds the kill as well. Nice headshot by Nico. That's going to open up the round one more time. 50 seconds left. Sen with an M4, Farley with an AWP, and they're deciding to split up. You can see on the minimap right here that not playing it together, and that could potentially be dangerous, but at this point, you got to gamble. Sen had a great half so far. Faze Clan moving in towards this B bomb site. Does not find the first kill. Goes down to Brokey. Now Farley has to retake the bomb site. Does not have a kit in hand. Do not have any sort of utility left in the bank. All he has is armor, AWP, and a knife. Question is that going to be enough against Brokey and Nico? I doubt it, but now will be the time to come alive for the Danish player who's had a rough start to his Godsent career.
Yeah, I mean, got your kick, right? But I don't think this one's going to happen here. Nico waiting patiently. I don't even know how they managed to kind of dig themselves out of that hole. That looked like Godsent had that round in the bag. But you were saying, Pimp, are 8 rounds going to be enough? Maybe not. Faze get 10, and that's massive indeed.
It sure is. We'll have to figure out whether or not it's enough straight after this break.
Everyone will change in a heartbeat. Everyone will change in a heartbeat.
Face without a name, a hero wrapped in shame, a soul that is rejected by a world of judgment. But now the sun begins to fade. Will the moon ignite my flame? A symphony of everything I wish could change. So I'm making a final win. No more
Now, this will be do or die time. Faze. They ended up winning the first map on Nuke. If they get 6 more rounds in this game, it will be game over. They will walk away with victory. Godsent moving over to the T side. They have to make a comeback. That, I would say, at the time being, is highly unlikely. Faze Clan is playing some solid Counter-Strike. Well, let's see how this pistol is going to pan out. Blur, take it away.
Yeah, well, Brokey and Nico now going with the utility buy, taking 1 for the team. Each his smoke and a couple of flashes. Brokey with a kit. That is something which Godsent didn't have earlier, if I'm not mistaken, which was why they lost that their pistol round. And on the side of Godsent, a bit of utility in the hands of Crystal, a Molotov in the smoke. That's about it. A couple of decoys. Maybe they're going to try and fool the players on the Faze side with those, but I don't think that's going to be really happening here. They are setting up. Seeing a couple of decoys here, and that's not going to make Faze budge from the positions. It is going to be Nico and Rain has been phenomenal in the pistol so far, Pimp. Maybe they walk on in. This could be an absolute slaughter here.
Yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. There's still 50 seconds left in the round. Looks like it's going to be this execute. Nico standing in a good position, though. If he can find the first one, cannot quite connect it with the USP. Has a flash, goes in. Rain finds 1. Can he find more? He cannot. Now it's up to Nico to defend the bomb site. Has to get more than 1, I'd say, if you want to get successful out of this one. Farley gets a nice kill with the Glocks, finally stepping it up, and now it's a 3 versus 4 retake. Brokey, the only player with a kit available attached to his name. He's going to be vital in this retake, but seems highly unlikely that Faze can walk in and win this one. Cold Zero, though, has had a strong game so far, strong series overall. He's going to be much needed as there's only 2 players left.
Yeah, especially with Bimus getting dropped there. I think there should be the call for the save, but Cold Zero is not quite done yet. He wants to pad his stats a little bit more, getting digged down to 1 point of health, and he will try and escape as Brokey just sniping everyone down with a P2K, but in the end, Farlig is there to clutch that one out, although it was a little bit too late for Faze anyway. For Godsent, finally, something going their way. They win the pistol, very convincing take coming out from them. Unfortunately, Nico not able to get any kill. If he got the 1 frag there, I felt that retake could have been a much more feasible for Faze Clan. But of course, the force is going to be coming in for Faze. You have the scout in the hands of Brokey, Deagles all around on the side of Faze Clan. And a number of smokes as well. 5 smokes and 8 in a flashbang. No kits for any of the other players. And for Godsent, of course, it's going to be the Mac-10s, the Galil, and the Soul Automat Kalashnikov in the hands of Farlig, of all people.
Yeah, that's a great round. That's a good nade by Rain, though, doing a lot of damage towards the Godsent players. Question is, are they going to go for the same strat as Faze, just running in towards the bomb site? They are. They're going to be successful with it as well. So were Faze in the first half, and Nico cannot find anything through the smoke. Or can he? Failed to smoke towards CT spawn, left that gap open, but none of the players are exposing themselves, unfortunately. That's going to be a say round here for Faze Clan. Probably the smart decision, considering they invested a lot into this round. Rain started off well with a good grenade towards Banana, but couldn't follow it up with a kill. And Godsent, they're trying to steal off a page from the Faze Clan playbook, just being super fast, super aggressive, and just basically bulldozering their way in towards the bomb site of B. Good start for them, and it's very important they convert this round after winning the pistol. All of a sudden, Blur, we have a game on our hand.
I'm going to play devil's advocate, and I see a little too early, if you ask me, because,
okay,
yeah, they win the pistol round, and I like this from them. The aggression, giving Faze a taste of their own medicine. And for Faze, smart call from them. They want to save those, the Kevlar and the Deagles and whatnot. So that means Godsent, they're not going to be expecting a full eco now, right? They have to take this one a little bit more safe as well. So, yeah, they get to 8 rounds. And then Faze have the bye. And call me a naysayer, call me a negative Nancy Pip, but I feel like Faze is just going to continue what they've been doing so far on both Nuke and on the T side here. We're just going to kind of like steamroll Gods and just kind of suffocate them on the CD side. But still, that remains to be seen. That's just me hypothesizing how it's going to play out. We still have to see how it's going to really play out, though.
Yeah, and I definitely follow that line of thought, but problem is that Inferno is not really a map that allows for that kind of aggression on the CT side. If you get shut down towards Banana or in middle, well, you can't really be aggressive anywhere else. So maybe Faze Clan will have to play defensively at some point, and that's when we have to test whether this new iteration of Faze are also able to do that. That being said, though, of course, we'll have to wait and see till the first real buy round comes in. Godsent have decided to slow down the pace, slowly but surely, taking some map control, making sure not to take any unnecessary duels or any high risk right here. They are well aware that FaZe Clan is still alive with 4 players from the last round of 3 players. That is a scout and 3 players with armor. That can be dangerous, especially when you have Nico on a deagle finding the first frag towards Crystal. And I'm not sure why Crystal wanted to go in there by himself. There was no potential refrag at all from his teammate right there in that position. And now Nico is defending the B bomb side alone, but we've seen him done that before. 2 players are moving in. Nico going for the second one. Can't quite connect it. Farley takes him down, and what for a moment looked a bit dangerous stabilized real quick for Godsent, in prime position to take their 8th round of the game.
Yep, and looking very, very, very confident indeed for now. But still, like I said, early days, Madden, a little careful there. Nice little flashback with Dicko, the savior, as coldzera doesn't go down without a fight. A couple of shots can be ringing out, and to be honest with Godsent, this is just the SMGs to be lost, right? They still have all the guns retained from the previous round. coldzera still being quite a problem indeed. Finally, he will fall. There's money in the bank for the SMG carriers, and that should be the round here. You're going to get to round number 8. And for Godsent, this is a real test. We're going to be seeing the buy coming in from the side of Faze. We're definitely going to be seeing Brokey with the AWP, the rifles, and all these players. Now, what I'm curious to see, we saw where Bimas was playing for Bimas was playing for Faze on the CD side of Nuke, and he was playing the Olaf's role towards the ramp area. What do you think he's going to be doing on Inferno this time around?
That's a good question. I would assume with the limited time they've had to practice that he'll have to take over Olaf Master's role, as we get to see the deagle action in this game transpire. That was nice kills by both Nico and coldzera, but wasn't enough. You're right, it's going to be interesting to see how he's going to be used on this CT side. For now, it looks like he's heading over towards the A bomb side, and that's kind of what we expected, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. I mean, might as well. You really haven't had the time to really work with him, build around him. So right now, just going to play with what's working for you and force him to play the role that you've assigned him. And to be very honest, I think he has so far passed with flying colors so far. He's been looking very solid indeed.
He sure has. I completely agree with that. There's no doubt about that. The problem for Godsent in this round, just to nerd it out a little bit with you guys, is the fact that they've had to play with the Mac-10 and the Galil. Of course, you do not want to upgrade from those weapons in order to keep money in the bank should you lose the round. But when you look at the 2 buys isolated, FaZe Clan is having a much stronger buy this round. An AWP and 4 M4s going up against, a Galil, a Mac-10 and 2 AKs, as well as an AWP isolated. Looking at the 2 buys, FaZe Clan is in a much stronger position.
They are, but they're slowly relinquishing a lot of map control. Now, Crystal here, the moment he gets taken down, the moment Nico realizes no one there is going to be huge. But coldzera finding Zen, that's going to call for the play here. If both of them get taken down, it's going to be rough, but Nico's going to find Crystal, and the information conveyed. They haven't dropped on down, and it's going to be Madden who's going to actually get the kill. If he won't be expecting rain, is he? He's going to clear it out, though. That's a massive double kill from Madden. And now coldzera's nearby, but it's so very low, and it's a brilliant flashbang at Madden. He even has time to turn back around, switch over to the deagle, and catches Cold, dabbing away to glory. And it's now Bimas and Brokey, the 2 youngsters on the Faze side, and I think they're just going to call this one a day and just give this round up.
And that's going to sting a little bit in the FaZe Clan camp. That was a nice setup towards Banana, nicely done by Nico, getting the first frag. Also, at least selling the fake in the beginning, but Maiden, man, he just had that one under control. Maybe that's some preparation. Maybe that's just some insane sixth sense from the player, but he knew exactly where to look, and he did it. Opened up the round completely, and then I will say coldzera a little bit unlucky towards CT spawn. That flash was not really intended towards coldzera. I don't think he was aware that he was that close up, but as soon as he saw him standing right there, holding his arm in front of his eyes, Maiden thought to himself, why not get a 3rd kill and win the round? Well done by him. Well done by Godsent, putting a 9th round to the game. You did not want to say it before, Blur, but I think we do have a game on our hand now.
Now I agree. Now I agree with you. 1 round away from tying things up. And
look at that right there.
This was surprising from Rain, though. Was he so certain that Madden wasn't going to be checking him, right?
Must have been the case.
I really felt they would be holding that angle together, just hold both the players hold the line, the trade happens immediately, and then a perfect flashbang. I just kind of feel like he threw a Hail Mary flash in coldzera, unfortunately, completely blinded. Huge round from Madden, who had a pretty rough CD side, mind you, with an AWP of his, but looking pretty good here on the T side with the AK-47. However, For the side of Faze, they do have the utility to work with. Rain looking hungry, but he's gonna get caught on out. Crystal, now it's his turn to shine. Finds 2 kills, and now it's all on Brokey, and is getting hounded back by the side of Godsent. He's got a smoke to keep him at bay for now, but look at Crystal continuing to hold double, just pushing further. Brokey, you just gotta relinquish the B bomb side. The call's been made. They're like, just hold on to your guns. There's a hope going for this, and Godsent, Pimp, out of nowhere, they've come alive. And they've basically given Faze a taste of their own bitter medicine.
Yeah, this was exactly what I feared when we went into this CT side. You said it yourself, right? You expected Faze Clan to just pump it out there and keep the pace up. But when you play the CT side of Inferno, if you're met by aggression, your own aggression will most often, you know, not be as successful as it can be on other maps, let's be honest. Inferno is a map where it's super, super tough to be aggressive on the CT side. There's a very few limited options where you can do it and how you can do it. Banana, of course, is one of the areas, and as you saw right here, Crystal was well aware. And at some point, I think Faze Clan will have to realize that they just have to sit back exactly like Godsent did in the first half and then play it defensively. And that's where I want to see Faze Clan, if they have that second dimension to them. We know them to be a strong team, especially when they're playing fast, especially when they're playing aggressive Counter-Strike. But if they can also master sitting back and being a bit more defensive and playing, you know, crossfires and playing as a team, that's when we get to see Faze Clan up on the very highest level of Counter-Strike. So I guess that will have to be the adaptation for them coming in. I would be very surprised if we're not going to see a more defensively playing Faze Clan in the upcoming rounds. That being said, though, Godsent keep on going, keep on putting on the pressure. We now evened out the game 10-10, won 5 in a row, and found Faze Clan. If I'm their fans out there sitting in the Twitch chat, I would be a bit scared that we may have a game on our hand.
Yeah, definitely 5 in a row. Haven't dropped one yet. Albeit, 3 of the rounds they won were the pistol and 2 anti-eco, so you do have to take that with a little bit of pinch of salt. Let's see what they have in store for us here. This B bomb side has been a problem for Faze. I mean, so many times where they've had the advantage, they had 3 players even at one point in time, but still, Godsent able to hammer their way home. That's a chunky nade. That is massive. Zen down to 49, Sticko at 58. It's very good early damage being dished out by Nico and Rain. It's going to be a faster hit. This is pretty much a Faze recreated, but this time around, Nico with the spray finds 2. He's going to push on out further, looking for more, getting a little too over-eager perhaps, and he's going to get taken down. It's all on Rain right now, and they are very aware of his position, Pimp. They have an inkling where he might be, and he's getting hounded, needs to rattle off a shot. Great little flick there to find Madden. I thought it was done for, but he finds a kill. Bomb goes down. At least Faze have the man advantage as they go in for this retake.
Such a nice kill from Rain, giving them a much better chance of being successful with this retake. That being said, though, Farley in a good position right now. Question is, does he have the balls in order to stay here, right? He should know that there could be pressure coming on from Banana. At some point, he'll have to fall back, and I think that's exactly what Brokey is aware of. The flash coming in from the teammate. Nicely done by him, and now the retake will come in full force. Half of the bomb timer has already ticked down. They have to be fast now. They have to go in. Farley cannot connect the first one. Stuku in a 1 versus 3. Finds the first one. Cannot find Coldzera. Question is, do they have a kit? They do. Coldzera is going to defuse the bomb. It's going to be close, isn't it? Oh, no. Oh, he just about got it right there for Coldzera. That was super, super close. Nice retake by Faze Clan. Nicely done. Good flashes for each other, but that was down to the narrow. I don't think there was much more than 0.01 second left on that bomb.
I don't even know how the hell they managed to get the defuse. That was so very close. I thought it was a Dunzo. I thought he didn't get the defuse. But Faze, skin of the teeth, they do survive. 11-10 now.
Super expensive round for them, but we got to see exactly what we were talking about before, Blue. The fact that they had to sit back. Nico had to do a defensive role on towards that B bomb side. Was very successful with it, finding 2 kills with the M4. This time around, though, he's gonna try with AWP. Gets flashed out, falls back. Nicely done by BMS. Finding a kill towards Stuku in middle. Brokey ready and waiting for another guy in middle. Also ready for number 2. Question is, can he get away now? Good flash from his teammate. Still haven't found a way out of here. Now he does, and there we go. A 5 versus 3 for Faze Clan. Great opening right here. Successful with the aggression.
Yeah, especially Brokey surviving there is massive, right? A little unfortunate the trade didn't take place then as well. Unfortunate timing, the nade almost gets to kill his Coldzera. Just massive cojones on the man to go for the white peak. Finds Zen, and with that, Frolic and Crystal. And yes, they have a lot of money, Pim. They have strongest 5 rounds in a row, and many of those rounds were very convincing as well. So they're looking pretty good. But Faze clan, have they finally woken up is a question here. If they can win this one without taking any more casualties, that's massive. They can slowly start to build up a little bit of an economy here. But now Crystal and Frolic, the in-game leader, the latest addition to this team, what could they possibly do in this scenario? 30 seconds, not much time to work with, no map control whatsoever. And I think they've gone for the right call here. They're just going to hold on to these guns for the next round.
And that is Counter-Strike right here for you. If you're sitting out there on the Twitch TV channel and you're watching a professional Counter-Strike game for one of the first times in your life, this is how crazy a game can be. We are talking a split second the round before from Cold Zero, getting that bomb defuse and not getting it. The following round, well, they win the aggression, they win the duels, and all of a sudden FaZe can find themselves in a very comfortable position, putting on 12 rounds to the board and now building up an economy as well. Counter-Strike is a fantastic game in the sense that it always goes back and forth, and it's the smallest details sometimes that determines whether you win or you lose. Great job by the two youngsters of FaZe Clan. We saw it right here. Bimas and Brokey finding the two opening kills for FaZe Clan. Now question is, can they continue it? Cold Zero had a strong CT side so far, I'd say. Probably better on the T side, but still more in store for us. Godsent though, not out of it, still with a decent economy behind them as well. Looks like they want to go for an aggressive play towards middle.
Oh yeah, they are indeed. Brokey getting forced on back, but he's done the damage. Madden very low. I love that from Nico. Just spots the player out, doesn't really take the fight. He knows Godsent are pushing in. They're taking matters into their own hands. Now, this is so weird. 4 CTs, 3 on the bomb site, and 1 player, Bimas, the only man playing towards pit. And now they're going to be coming for the hit. They're not going to be expecting this. Brokey's going to find one, and they're getting slaughtered here, but Cold Zero on the side, they have no idea. They're not going to be expecting anything to play. Look at the trigger discipline from Cold Zero. This is godlike. 1, looking for more, but Frolic, he's going to get the kill. They still know where Bimas is. I really thought Cole would get both the frags there. Pimp, unfortunately, just finds the one, and now it's a 2v2 post plant.
Farley and Stuko combining for a kill each, winning that round. Cold Zero, you said it, he was playing that perfectly fine, but you gotta give a lot of credit to Farley right here. Getting that kill with the Tech 9 on towards Cold Zero. Look at that, just an instant headshot, and also finishing up the round. He started out as James Bond in this game. He was 007. Classic 007, and now he's finding himself on 12-12. He's stepping it up, and he's showing his worth. That is exactly why Godsent spent a lot of money buying out this Danish youngster from Copenhagen Flames. FaZe Clan still have the money to buy right here. Once again wins out the duel towards Banana. This kid is on fire right now. And Blur looks like... Oh, holy. He's all over the place right now. Looks like he's ready to play. FaZe Clan down 4 versus 5. This is not looking good anymore. If they lose this one, they lose money control. Godsent will draw up the game, and at that point, I'd even say Godsent are favorites to win Inferno.
How is Nico alive? How is he still alive at 2 HP? At this point, I found Nico. I'm just running back, not even on the side. Like, I head to construction, just pray to whatever gods I believe in that I stop getting harassed. He's got wallbang, Molotov, naded, and he's now in 2 HP. And I agree with you, Godsent, they're not going to just go down here without a fight. They want to take it to map number 3, which I do believe is going to be Dust 2. And at least based off what we've seen so far here, I believe Dust 2 is going to get very messy indeed. What is going on? Range is relinquishing the B bombs. Are they going for the save already? Looks like they are. They're just like going for the A stack, and yeah, Range probably is going to go for a spray to the smoke, try to hopefully find a frag. If he doesn't, that's going to be the call for the save. They're going to save the 4 rifles, and I do believe that's the right call, Pimp. That is Nico in 2 HP as well.
That's a great call. And again, a lot of players out there, a lot of new guys to the stream may think to themselves, hey, why are they saving in 4 versus 5? It's a smart decision when you look at the economy. Next round, they cannot afford anything if they don't save this one. If they save all 4 players, though, they're going into the next round with a full buy once again. So they're basically giving themselves another chance of winning the buy round, winning the economy game. The only problem when you make a decision like this is that you allow Godsent to survive 5 players, which builds up their economy even further. So it is a bit of a gamble there, I say it, but it's a smart decision from FaZe Clan. If you believe that you're the stronger team, if you believe that you need the guns, if you need the utility in order to successfully have a strong CT hold, you take that save, you take that loss, and it's a very mature decision made by FaZe Clan. I like to see it. They're showing they're not that one-dimensional as we always think, right? It's not only about holding the W, rushing around. They have some brains in that team as well, and of course they do. Some of the greatest players to ever play the game is sitting on that side. So another full buy round, 12-12. The game is completely even, Blur. If you had to put your money somewhere right now, where would you go?
Look, only on this map right now? Yeah. I'm Godsent are somehow forcefully changing my mind. They just build up this momentum that they're just rolling with. And despite a couple of rounds going the way of Faze, coldzera though, I say something and he shuts me up. 2 huge kills, and look at the damage being dealt to Crystal as well. And despite getting the kill in Rain, he walks in out completely unaware where Frolic might be. That might have been a crucial mistake. It's a 3v3 now. Nico down to 25 points of health. Brokey all alone with the op towards that arch area. If he gets his kill, it could be big, and that's a bomb down. That is massive. Zen dropping the bomb and dropping the ball as well. This could be the round right here.
It could. Brokey, though, in a good position. Bomb is down. A good smokes come in from Godsent right here. A great Molotov from BMS again. He may only sit on 13 kills, but they've been super, super impactful. That one right there, that's maybe a bit of a heated decision coming out for the duel. Tries to go for the spray through the smoke, puts down Farley to 17 HP. Now he's well aware where he is. He picked up the bomb, but at this point, that doesn't matter. All FaZe Clan have to do is play the bomb site, play the time. Farley should not be able to do anything about this round, especially considering that he has no utility, no Molotov to flush any players out, no smokes to cover any angles. He has to go for the duels. And he's only at 17 HPs. Have a strong T-side so far. And that shot, unfortunately, didn't connect for him. And that puts up FaZe Clan to 13 rounds. So to the people out there maybe wondering, why did FaZe Clan save the other round? I guess the answer is right here for you. They gave themselves another shot of winning a round, putting on pressure towards Godsent. And they were successful with it, especially because of coldzera and the aggression down towards mid.
Oh, will that continue though, right? It's just been so back and forth. At this point, I feel it's almost impossible to call this one. And frankly speaking, Pim, I don't know about you. I want to see Dust too. I want to see how it's going to play on out. You look at Nuke, you look at Inferno, more tactical maps, but hold on. Crystal's playing a game of the floor is lava, and he will survive at 25 HP. He will make his escape as well. Right before a barrage of nades was being tossed in by FaZe Clan. He could have been caught out there, but he survives on 4 points of health. And Nico has aggressed out, playing right behind the mini wall. Now Frolic is going to line it up, and left clicks. There we go, gets Rain, and now Nico. It's all on him. They know where he is, tosses the smoke, not expecting Madden to be so close. This could be the round here, unless the player there holding the line. They hear a smoke hit his feet, coldzera. So unfortunate, he gets the 1 kill, but that's about it. I think the round's done. FaZe will have to save the 2 players here. Bimus and Brokey hold on to the rifles. They have a little money in the bank. But can they hold on? Because the hunt is already on Sticko, on the lurk, floating towards the department's area. The thing is, Pim, if both of them survive, both Bimus and Brokey can drop a couple of guns onto Rain and coldzera, and Nico can buy for himself. But if one of them die, and I jinxed it completely. Now, Brokey left alone. Oh, this is looking rough indeed.
Yeah, you're spot on about the economy. I do think they'll still go for the buy if Brokey is able to save. It'll be one player, maybe playing with an MP9 or something like that. That's a nice shot by Brokey, giving himself another shot of staying alive. There's going to be pressure, though, from all sorts of angles. You also have to look at the Godsent money. They cannot afford to die. 2 more players right here. That's going to put on too much pressure on their economy. That's why they're not going for the full hunt right here. Brokey trying to stay alive in the smoke is doing it so well. And I think he does not get away with it. And that is a disaster right there. Look at the money. Still, there's a decent amount of loss bonus on the CT side. But if you buy up now, you're also saying to yourself, okay, we buy up, but we're not going to have full utility. So do we take a small buy, maybe an MP9, armor, deagles and stuff, and then make sure you buy up fully next time? I think that's exactly the decision FaZe Clan is making, but there we go. Bimus the only one playing a FAMAS in this round, the rest of them pistols and armor. So the fact that he didn't survive right there, that changes the outcome of this potential buy in round number 27 completely. This game is super, super fun to watch, Blur, and I definitely do agree with you when you say that you want to see Dust too, especially between these 2 teams. Now, Brokey aggressive towards middle, trying to lurk through the smoke, doesn't find anything. Counting his lucky stars, aggression towards Banana, didn't work out. Maiden finds a kill through the smoke against Nico. He's been super well playing against these smokes. Also on Nuke, he was doing that all the time. Now Rain takes a gamble, sits in the smoke. Looks like Maiden, he's well aware.
Yeah, I think he's got like 7 kills already through the smoke. He has just not cared about the smokes whatsoever, right? And I agree. I mean, I want to see Dust too. I really want to see Dust too right now, the way this is playing out. Bimas trying to be a little cheeky, holding a little bit off angle, but the double peek comes in. Okay, Cold. Good night, Madden. But it's done his job. It's all on Brokey. Young Brokey on the A bomb side all by his lonesome. He finds one, doesn't pick up the AK-47, has to reposition himself, and he's getting hounded by the two players pushing in. He gets a tag on his stick-up, but doesn't get the kill, and it's all on Cole to save his AK-47 into the next round. Now, money will be there for Faze, but the way Godsent's playing at the moment, it doesn't look like they're in any danger of stopping anytime soon. They want to take this map. They want to get those 16 rounds and push it to map number 3. And for Faze, consider it was a 10-5 half. Pimp, like 10-5 on the T side, and somehow it slipped out of the fingers. And this game right now is poised on a knife's edge.
It sure is. Godsent able to survive 3 players. That's going to be good for their economy. Still, though, haven't really built it up as it's been some relatively close rounds. So if Faze Clan were able to string not only 1 but 2 rounds together, that will be it for Godsent. There'll be no more money in the bank, so this game is still super close. Only 1 round between the 2 teams. And after watching that first half, you saw Faze Clan up 10-5. You were thinking, this is over. There's no way they're going to throw this one away. But with Faze Clan, you never know. It's one of the most interesting, one of the most fun teams to watch play Counter-Strike at the moment. So definitely understand why you guys tuned in to watch this one. Still haven't made a single tactical timeout, if I'm not mistaken, throughout this game. And I gotta say that I will allow myself to be a bit critical over. You know, I know Yanko can talk throughout the entire time since it's online, but still take a timeout, break the momentum, talk it all over. Make sure to spend that time. You have 4 timeouts available, so why not use them?
Yeah, I mean, I'm happy. I do believe we should hopefully get Yanko for the post-game interview, right? Win or lose, and I'm very definitely curious to hear his thoughts as to why they haven't really gone for any timeouts. But that's neither here nor now. Crystal walking in dry. Here's a drop. It's going to be NiKo caught out in the open, but the trade doesn't come in here. He's taking a bit of damage. Rain getting hounded down as well. Both of them on 46 points of health. So much damage being inflicted there by Crystal, the German in-game leader. And with that, Godsent now rotating back towards the mid area where there is a crossbar setup. coldzera and Brokey with the AWP holding the line, the final barrier between the A-bomb side and Godsent.
coldzera had a strong night so far. Can he find the first one? He can. Doesn't find the second one. Brokey does though. Finds a kill. Gets back on towards the side. Well played by the youngster on Faze Clan. Smokes himself off. Goes for another kill through the wall. Absolutely fantastic by Brokey. Backup coming in from Bimas. And now it's a 1 versus 2. Stuko has the bomb in hand. Has a smoke. Puts it down straight away. And the aggression is coming in straight off the bat from Faze Clan. Stuko is well aware though. I think he heard him. Finds the first break as well. Doesn't find NiKo. Takes him down through the smoke. And as we were talking about, Blur, this game just keeps on delivering. 14-14, all even, and the money is not looking good for Faze Clan. This is going to be a scrappy buy. Of course, NiKo can drop one, but they're not going to have all the utility they want. That being said though, if Godsent is losing this round, they will be out of money as well. 14-14, everything is at stake right now, Blur. This game, that's a good one. It's a really good one.
Yeah, 14-14. That's what you love to see, right? The AWP will be dropped onto Brokey. Yes, give that guy an AWP. The second shot was pure filth. Absolutely grotesque from the man. And despite getting taken down, good trades coming in, and Faze Clan, they hold on. And Godsent, though, they still have some money in the bank, and I do believe if they lose this one, they can still eke out a buy. But yeah, it is looking quite grim indeed for the Swedish org at the moment for Faze. I do agree with you, though. Their money scenario is even more dire than the side of Godsent. If they lose this one, it could be just pistols and armor coming into what could be the final round of the game. And the nade doing a lot of damage. Perfect flashbang. NiKo burns Madden alive. It's all in rain right now. He's all alone. There's no one nearby, and he's going to peek or not. He finds Crystal. Bomb drop, Molotov on the bomb as well. He's doing his very best to keep the T's at bay. Tosses in the smoke as well. This is complete chaos now, but the reinforcements have arrived, and this is going to be the final hit. Rain finds another one, but he quickly gets traded by Farley.
coldzera in a good position right here. Goes down to Farley. What a shot by the newest addition to the Godsent roster. Bringing out the AWP and puts it to the face of coldzera. Unfortunately, he cannot hit the second one. We now have a 1 versus 2 again. Stuko, it didn't work out the last time around. You have another shot to make it for Godsent. Waiting for the bomb to be tapped now. Does he go for it? He plays it ice cold or what? Does he go for the duel? He does go for it. Finds the first frag. Well aware the second guy is not defusing. 1 versus 1 now. Against Bimas. Only has a FAMAS. No smoke, no nothing. Doesn't stick it. Has to win out the duel. He cannot find the kill. And that's going to be Stuko winning the round of what? Right here. Loses out of the duel. Is there time for it? No.
No.
There is not. It's going to be Godsent going up 15-14. Rain did everything he could in his power to win this round for them, even getting a second kill from that position. That was so well played by him. But Farley, with that AWP shot, that completely turned around the tides for this round, allowed Stuco to get in a good position and win a fantastic 1 versus 2. 15-14 Blur, and money not looking good for FaZe Clan.
I'm still wondering where I think it was Bimas had gone to there.
We got it, a timeout. Would you have thought?
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, better late than never, right? I'm still surprised why in that 1v2, yeah, they might have peaked. I don't know why they split apart there. They might as well try the luck, before Sticko to go for the peak, and then, they could have gone for the immediate trade there. But I guess they were still very unsure where Sticko was. So rather they would have cleared out the bomb side before they went for the bomb tap, perhaps. So many ways they could have played their 1v2, but I get the pressure got too much for them. And interesting stat, he has 558 kills in his career before today. That's not much, actually, Pin.
It's not a lot. It's less than matches I've played, I think. Far less.
Yeah.
Far less. That's crazy. He's doing a good job so far. He's been playing absolutely stellar. I don't think you can blame him for anything. We'll have to see if he had more to say in this game. He is the only player with an M4 enhancer. They're also giving him a lot of responsibility. It's not like he's being told to drop that to Nico or Cold Zero for that matter. Cold Water FMS finds the first kill. Nice shots on towards Crystal. There's no refrag coming in. I'm not sure why they're so disjointed right now. Another flash comes in though. Pushes Cold Zero into an unfortunate position. Those are flash. Stays alive. Goes for a duel, but goes down to Maiden. 4 versus 4.
Brokey peering out around the corner. Timing is great. 2 double body shots from the Deagle. He doesn't pick up a weapon though, and that's going to be the call for Godsent to go for the hit. They're going to be waterfalling out, but Sticko clotheslines Brokey with the AK-47. Are they aware of Bimas' position though? He's got the M4, he's got the kid, he got a couple of flashes, and they have no idea where he is. He can hear the footsteps, Pimp, and he's going to avoid the flash. Still holding the line, finds one, looking for more, switches to the AK-47 at the worst time possible, and that's the immaturity in the player coming out to play there, leaving it all in rain in a 1v2 MP9 in hand. He can still clutch his one out. Pim is slowly creeping up. He knows where Farlig is, but Farlig, he's going to come out on top, touches it out, and that is going to be the round and the map going the way of Godsent. Woo! Okay, what have we just witnessed?
What a game. Unfortunate by Bimas. He was sitting in a good position, doing the right thing, getting the first kill, and then as you said, maybe he's showcasing that he's still relatively young in this game. Nobody with experience probably would have picked up that AK-47, but I do not think that's fair to blame it all on him. He had a great game, a great series so far. He's doing everything he can. Unfortunately for him and FaZe, they could not close it out. We will be back with an analysis segment straight after the break.
Flashbang's effective. They have got through the smoke wall here, but Chris J, he is the final boss of the bomb site.
Now Spitty and Chris J to keep Mousesports alive. Oh, Chris! He's found 3. It's down to a 2-on-2. Chris, can he close this with an ace? Oh my God!
Can they actually close this out? Boom, Chris.
Fantastic way to start, and no scopes on him himself. Absolutely saving Mousesports.
Hey, it's me, Lily from AT&T. I'm back, working from home, and here to help.
Hey Lily, I'm hearing a lot about 5G. Should I be getting excited?
Depends. Are you gonna want faster speeds?
I will.
More reliability?
Oh, also yes.
Better response times?
Definitely.
Are you gonna be making sourdough bread?
Oh, is that 5G related?
No, it's just like, why is everyone making sourdough now? But yes, you're gonna want 5G.
AT&T is building 5G on America's best network. Visit att.com to learn more.
Right. You gotta get it out. You wanna lose yourself in time, so girl, just let it out. You said it once, not twice. You don't wanna wear it out. 'Cause you are one of a kind. How else would I know? Your love, your way, I cannot describe it. Girl, you got edge and back again 100 times. Still can't describe. Oh, there's no similar. Nothing to compare. Oh, girl, no similar. Nothing to compare. I swear I don't need the answers, baby. I don't wanna understand it. No, I know. Can't think of a similar. You ain't like that or like this. If I shoot my shot, then probably I miss. If I lose that love, then probably I switch. If I see it ain't broke, then why try and fix it? I ain't tryna interfere on the interstate. I see love in the mirror, better concentrate. If it's real, then it's near, and it's never fake. Talking about your love, your wave. I'm never undecided. Got me running out of words to say. Man, I feel I never learned a day. Still, I just want you to stay. Don't wanna throw you no deuces. Yeah, just wanna show you the truth, baby, no lie. I'll go to the edge and back again 100 times. Still can't describe. Oh, there's no similar. Nothing to compare. Oh, girl, no similar. Nothing to compare. I swear I don't need the answers, baby. I don't wanna understand it. Oh, I know. Can't think of a similar. Oh, there's no similar. Nothing to compare. Oh, girl, no similar. Nothing to compare. I swear I don't need the answers, baby. I don't wanna understand it. Oh, I know. Can't think of a similar. Similar. Can't think of no similar.
Holy smokes, and would you believe it? 16-12 on Nuke for Faze. We go to Inferno, and obviously things shift a little bit there. Faze seem like they have a little bit of a fight. They seem like they have everything that they need in the gas tank, but ultimately it's Godsent that somehow sends this one 16-14, which is crazy, all things considered. Almost as crazy as my analyst. Now, I look at Pimp and I look at Student, and I think, how on earth did things end up the way they did, that you guys ended up casting and analyzing the match?
And hosting the desk as well. Let's not forget that, Trace.
Okay, fine. We won't forget it all. Student, congratulations, you did it. But ultimately, if I look at this team, and if I'm looking at Faze with the stand-in, what's your guys' thoughts?
I think they're looking okay. I think they're off to a good start right here. I think Inferno is a map that, especially on that CT side, I kind of raised the question within the cast that when you get pushed over to a CT side where you cannot be relentlessly aggressive, you have to sit back sometimes, you have to play it defensively. I think that's when we see Faze struggle a lot. I also want to question the fact that we don't see more tactical timeouts coming out of Faze Lane. I think it's needed, especially when you bring in a new player who's probably a little bit nervous. We saw some signs of that, especially in the very last round where Bimas unfortunately picked up an AK-47 instead of just keeping the M4, which potentially could have won in the round. So if I'm Yanko, if I'm Faze Lane, I'm okay. I'm okay with this, start to the new iteration of Faze Clan, but there's still certain things you can still screw on and potentially make better for the future.
Wait, so you're happy, you're satisfied with the way this went?
I am. I think it's okay, and I think the same goes on for Godsent Boy. I think they're off to a good start as well.
Let's bring it to Bled. Bled, when you look at Godsent, for everything considered, like obviously we know that there are roster changes on both sides, but Bled, when you look at Godsent, do you feel like you're sent upon God to preach about this team?
No. But the thing is with this lineup, I mean, if you looked at the old Faze with Olaf versus Godsent with Michael Lele, I'm going to pick Faze 9 times out of 10 to win that one, right? And now we have the two players coming in. The thing with Godsent I like is how on that T side, they really showed up in Inferno. Albeit, I'm going to point this one out. Ironically, it wasn't Farlik or Bimas who made the mistakes. I felt like I think they did their roles very, very well. Surprisingly, I don't know if you agree with me on this, Pimp, but they felt like Nico and Rain could have played the B bomb side much, much better. Rain had a few moments here and there. Nico had a couple of big kills. but for veterans like those two, it was a sloppy hold. So many rounds lost because the B bombs have just given away by the two players there.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you're spot on. It was not the young guard of FaZe Clan who didn't really show up. It was more like Rain and Nico. They didn't necessarily do a bad job, but the aggression towards Banana didn't really pan out when they were forced to play defensively. Some of the rounds they did okay. Rain had that one round where he got 2 kills, but it still wasn't enough. So I think FaZe Clan, if they can control the defensive side of playing Counter-Strike as well, we just saw how good they are when they're aggressive, when they're just running around pushing W. So definitely a team with a lot of potential, but still not there yet.
No, still not there yet at all. And actually, if I can convince him, I want to bring this man over in the Patagonia shirt. Please, no, it's going to happen regardless. This guy right here, let's put a face to a name. This guy right here, look right down that camera. This guy right here, he fixed all the IT problems. This
the real
is
MVP.
the IT solution that you didn't know you needed. But anyway, thanks, man. Cheers. See you around. Speaking of social distancing, there's only so much distance between us and a third map. So let's begin to talk about that.
Yeah, looking at Dust 2, I think it's going to be... I feel it's going to get ugly. I think it's going to be a little bit like the Nuke game, a lot of aggression coming out here. And now with Godsent waking up, showing that, hey, you know what? We can go toe-to-toe with these guys, the Space guys. They got the biggest salaries and all of that, but we can outfrag them in the server. Dust 2, Farlig, man, if he pops off, I think that would be a hell of a statement to make here. But I'm still going to say that FaZe have the edge to close this one out on the third map.
Now, let's pause it right there. Jacob, I want to look at you and I want to say, okay, Farlig, right? This guy, he can hit shots with his old team, but now is the time for Farlig to really shine?
He'll have to step it up. Dust 2 is a map where AWP players get a lot of freedom. So yes, if he has it in him already to perform under the circumstances that he is playing under in Godsent, Dust 2 and now will be the time.
Okay, well, hey, you know, before I send you to break, I got about 5 seconds. So, did you guys enjoy casting, or is that
fun.
just like
That
a
was
policy?
That's not bad.
All right, cool. I'm glad you guys can live your best lives. Now, we're going to go to a break. We come back, we're going to start talking about the third map of this series, and moreover, who is better in this series. So we'll be right back after this.
Don't you see what you're doing to me? I'm in love and I can't break free. Now I'm begging with you, baby. Please don't leave me hanging. Oh, it's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up with the key. Oh, yeah. I said lock me up with the key. Yeah. Ooh, lock me up with the key. Baby, it's a lockdown, baby. You drive me crazy. Ain't no escaping. Your love has got me doing time. You're my attorney, my judge and jury. I'm pleading guilty, so lock me up with the key. You gotta take away the key, my baby. Lock me up with the key. Keep me in there. Lock me up with the key.
It's my life, I set my own salary. Living a dream, the alternate reality. Cash rules, that's my everyday mentality. Guess that's why all these haters are mad at me. Oh, no, you digging the flow. Music's chilling while I'm spilling these feelings, it's cold. Pick the best out. Soon as they enter my glow, I'm like the US to a British shit. I'm still in the show. Like, step in my lane. Trace every step that I'm taking. I'm headed right to the top until I'm famous. My words are drawn, you stare at in amazement. You pray that I fall, I'm sorry that I made it. Know what the state of being or jaded feels like. Where the perception matters more than real life. Your dream car takes space in my yard. Got investments in Mars while you shoot for the stars. Look at how we shine. house on the hill. This is the life. Counting no bills. This is the life. This is the life. Look at how we shining. This is the life. House on the hill. This is the life. Counting no bills. This is the life. Yeah. Picture this, taking off the whole summer. When bill collectors call, you must have the wrong number. Shows overseas, they got love for me, but best believe I'm touring Belize. Just
Oh, hi there. We're actually here this time. We've shown up, Hugo, and we're ready to get this third map underway. We got Pimp and Blair out of here. They're actually saving their energy now for the others, as it be. But they were great to be stepping in for us during some intermittent problems going on here at the house to do with the internet and all this technical, stuff that I know nothing about.
Yeah, past my favorite.
Just turns out that when stuff is on fire, not a good sign.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't believe it, but that's what happened. Speaking of on fire, well, that's where Godsent find themselves right about now. They somehow have taken us to this third map. And I would have felt very, very sore if I didn't get to cast this Godsent with Farlig in the roster and this Faze with Biomass coming in as well. So I'm very happy to be here, Hugo. And let's see, we've got Faze heading in through the lower tunnels here. 3 players in tow with 2 up in top mid and a quick flash in through those mid doors. No one from Faze committing, though. Instead, they try and get up Cat, and this is where Godsent have got the majority of players stacked on up. You're going to be walking into a very heavy setup here if you're Faze, and Stiko and Farlig, they have laid the entire round to rest. It's going to fall onto Cold Zera, and he's getting whittled down up on the catwalk. Doesn't have armor. He's gone for the flashbangs in this round, so the aim punch is playing into it as well. These shots are going to have to be remarkable from Cold.
Yeah, but if there was any man for the job, Harry, it would be this man. Ooh, missed shots though, and down to 15. Just a bullet away from death, and he'll land it to the face of Crystal. Now the cat flank fast as well, and Cold is not ready for it. It's Farley with 3. He's seeming like a bit of a pistol beast, Harry. He had 5 kills after the first half of Inferno, but came out with a miraculous 3K in the T-pistol round in that second half, and really just kept storming on past that point. So yeah, Farley definitely looking like a strong pistol player, obviously alongside the AWP. I feel like we see that a lot, Harry. I feel like we see good AWPers always have good pistols, at least like default pistols, USPs and Glocks specifically. And, well, Godsent will take it. A quick play for Faze here. Only an eco up the catwalk. It's Glocks, and they are going to be rattlesnaking their way to the bomb site, clicking the cricket as Faze run the gauntlet. Farley already getting 1. Zen making money with the MP9. He finds a second, and that grenade should do significant damage. It does. Molly flies in, and Godsent, they are slaughtering Faze. No bomb plant, you would think, but actually in front of the Molotov, but they find a little gap. They find a little way. Nico gets that planted, but it is still going to be a defuse for Godsent, coming out with a 2-0 lead. Faze is going to have lots of money and a 4x4 that third round.
We're going to get to see that AWP in Brokey's hands right away. Zen going to be donning it over here on the Godsent side, and we might get to have an early look at this duel. Never mind, Zen's taken his AWP over towards this A side of the map, and there are players out through long. Rain leading the charge here. Godsent completely fall back, and they're going to boost players up into this A bomb site. Farlig throwing the AWP. Sorry, throwing the AWP over. Sometimes that happens here. Sometimes you say the wrong word, and then the thing you've said, actually happened.
Wow.
Right on our screen. So
crazy how nature does that.
Accidental slip up that ends up coming true. Let's see if this A site is going to hold the same kind of success for Faze. They do get across, and they manage to get him in great numbers. Then going to try and look out towards mid. Has seen the man on the wrap. But a bomb plant still found here. Madden tries to hop, skip, and jump his way over. A little impromptu boost. They put the FAMAS up on it. Stiko, obviously his years of being a support player there coming in as he tried to boost the MP9 up first, and he gets given the angle instead. Now Crystal in with another. Stiko continuing to find these numbers. These guys are so irritating to play against. They're just hopping around, but Cold has made quick work of them. Brokey's helped out, and now it's Farlig all alone with this AWP. can't find Cold's error, and Cold's going to best him in the head-to-head. Now, Cold did a great game just moments ago back on Inferno. He's looking to continue bringing the heat here as he steps up to find the first round on the board for FaZe Clan.
Yeah, he's topping the series right now, Harry. It's nice when you have Cold Zero on top form. He can feel inconsistent at times, definitely, right? And that's not what you want from a man of this stature. 52 and 33 across the first 2 maps of this series, and already leading into this one as well. The only man with kills, really, for the FaZe Clan side. It's a heavy long setup for Godsent. FaZe are flashing in late. This is a danger, but luckily the flash is good. Tico is blind and dead immediately. FaZe just bursts his position, and Godsent were not ready for the late play. Rain, oh my, he is just decimating Godsent on the A bomb site. And maybe it's the pace for FaZe that will put them up on a second. No one can stop them here. Zen is too far away, and that lower play from B-Master is going to drop him as well. FaZe up to a second round, and equaled up with Godsent being forced now down to just USPs. I'm excited to see B-Mass.
Look, man, there's a lot of ways we could say it. I've heard that Striker from HLTV is like the unwavering authority on how to pronounce this name.
B-Mass?
Because he wrote it down like B-A-Mass, like Bahamas, but that doesn't
It's
feel
not Bahamas,
right.
no,
No, it's not Bahamas. Certainly ain't the Bahamas. Maybe we just load the video up and listen to him say it.
That's why I was
very
that's why I was saying
unprofessional.
B-Mass.
Let's do it. Let's just hear what Striker had to say.
Oh.
Bimas.
Yeah,
Bimas. There
That's
you
what
go.
I was saying, Harry.
Thank
I
you,
already listened to the
Striker.
video.
Yeah, I've listened to it as well, but I really wanted to make sure we're nailing it. You know, you've got to give this guy, got to put some respect on his name.
Yep.
And plus, if you start off saying the right thing, then you never get into those awkward parts, 2 years into his career when he turns around and goes, well, everyone is saying my name wrong.
That has happened, yeah.
I would like to be called Deve from now on. So let's see. Crystal lining up these flashbangs to try and allow for the USP peek out through long. It is just USPs, so not much danger in this round, or so you would like to think. Let's see.
Oh,
that's a nice shot from Brokey. Yeah, you got a pretty long kill feed there from it.
Blinded, wallbang, headshot, flash assist, kill onto a long-named player. That of which I didn't see, but yeah, they'll take it. 3-2 up for FaZe Clan, back in the lead. Obviously, that one was, going without too much of a question with USPs in the hand of Godsent. And here's the buy. No AWP available, not yet at least for Godsent. So Brokey is going to be on his here for the T side. Farley's certainly an entertaining player to watch here. Ex-Copenhagen Flames, very, very fast player on that AWP. So I want it soon, but we might not get it at all because FaZe are looking to take everything away from Godsent in this B-bomb site, including the round. Crystal's ridded of his position, and now, well, that's it. FaZe are on 4. Welcome to Dust 2, ladies and gents. There's pretty much nothing Godsent can do right now. Smoked out of the site, no utility, no kit, and Cold Zero is already killing your opponents in your own spawn. So yeah, this is pretty good for FaZe. It's all about kills for Godsent and getting away with a couple of guns here at the bare minimum. Zen will find Cold, but Seeko's got to be careful in the spawn. That's where the orb sits, and it does not move. A turret is Brokey. Zen gets away with another kill. He's just freestyling this one, running around the map like it's deathmatch. But right now, it's just death for Godsent in this match because FaZe are up to 4, and Godsent need to save.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? I think, if you're Godsent now, if you are able to win this series, I think it's even more credit to you, right? Because in my mind, you've got FaZe riled up, like they shouldn't have let that second map slip through their fingers. And FaZe aren't the kind of team that are going to sit back and be, oh, guys, I can't believe we've let this happen. Let's just give up now, right? Let's just write it off. These Godsent guys, they're better than us. No, this is a FaZe squad, legends across the board. And they want to do right by Bymus as well, right? Heading into his debut game. It's so tempting. Wow.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing as well, because I've never heard it pronounced, but I'd seen his name obviously as many had in FPL, and to me, in my head, I'm calling him Bymats because
what we need is that image of the man and the woman and the man looking back,
Bymas B-Mass.
Bymas B-Mass.
Okay.
That's what we need.
Yeah. Well, we'll get working on that. Get on me.
Yeah, you're gonna get on that right now, Hugo. Get on it. And
Send that in.
Get that
Hashtag
one ready.
Dreamhack-masters, or DH-masters rather, should I say. Faze up 4-2, and Godsent. This is a buy, but it's not a full investment. They've got that saved AK and a couple of weapons here to play with. Farley, that molly's about to fade. Quick switch could cause death, so he needs to be very careful as he sits up on the catwalk. There's 4 Faze players on the other side, and even if he gets away with a kill, there would be an immediate trade. He actually dinks Nico for 20 damage, which really does suck to be on the other end of, because Nico's fired off bullets, and he's connected them as well. 2 kills, Colt follows up, Rain defends the catwalk, and Crystal, well, he concedes the round, falls away with this scout. It's looking like a 5th for Faze Clan. And when we look at this map, right, as of late, as of recent, and we look at Godsent, 4 losses in a row on this map. They've really had trouble on Dust 2, whereas for Faze, you know, unsurprisingly, these guys, pretty good aimers, Harry, I've heard. So they're going to be okay.
I'm not going to have to wait long to see this fight continuing. Obviously, with money now available to Godsent, they're going to keep on purchasing forward. Find its way back into the hands of Farlig. And this time, he took it with him over towards long. He didn't really have a good spawn for it, so it's been left to these 2 rifles to try and seal the deal. Nico not ready for Stiko up close at the blue bin. Now Zen retreating into the site, going to join up with Farlig. There's 2 players here to hold down the catwalk. And while Farlig, okay, yeah, he gets traded right away. Zen is still here and still very much a threat. He lights up the scoreboard. He's going to put up 3 to his name. And Farlig helping out. It's all money in the bank for Godsent there. They keep 3 players alive. They're feeling good on the back of it. Yeah, and I think as well, right, something else that's going to be nice for Godsent there is, like, finally they put together a solid defense, a solid response to the catwalk plays that have looked really strong from Faze thus far.
I was going to say, so many of these rounds have been real fast out of spawn for Faze. So Godsent, a lot of this city side is going to be gambling your early positions. Obviously, you don't know the spawns that Faze have, which is always a problem, but yeah, you've got to be very careful about these early rushes. Here they come, another one from Faze. They just don't wait around, do they? Nico gets dropped, but it comes with a response. Rain finding Stiko at the long corner, and Brokey's even got the AWP working in middle as well. He's dropped another man, so 4 on 3 up for Faze. They don't even need long if they want. They can just group and hit B. That's always the best part about Dust 2. If you get that long control, we think back to Na'Vi at Kato, right? Like, you know, getting long, even just backing out, going through T-spawn, crouching below that mid position and grouping B. If you get long picks, you know Godsent are going to lean away from that B bomb site. And well, in this case, they've entirely left it. Crystal is going to try and move back in. Molly that position, keep it contained, but Farley's actually cleared out long in the meantime, dropping Rain. This is a big problem for Faze. It might mean they have to commit to B, which is not what they wanted to do initially. Crystal's still here. He hears all of the footsteps coming in through the tunnels, and you can see Godsent beginning a rotation. Crystal needs a couple of kills here. He needs to hold the line, and he's done exactly that and more. Running out of ammo, needs a teammate full support. Colt does find him at the door and looks to double up, but it's Madden to save the day, and even saves the AWP as well. Godsent do get it done. And all of that comes off of Farley's re-aggression on long, right? He kills that player, I think it was Rain tucked behind the blue bin, and then because of that, you know, they've lost their A split for Faze, so they just have to commit towards B, and Crystal hears every footstep. If Faze went a little bit quieter, a little bit slower, I think it would have still been obvious for Godsent, but maybe the rotate would have been later and they could have traded their way to a bomb plant. Either way, that's not the reality we're in. Faze still have money, and they have a tactical pause to work out how they want to approach this follow-up round as well. Over 1,000 AWP kills, but less than 100 M4 kills. Wow. How does that even make sense? Like, what other gun are you using when you don't have the AWP?
Eagle, mate. It's basically an AWP.
Yeah, true.
$700.
No scope.
Of the site, and the site just slows you down, really, if the Farlig, like, just gets in the way.
Yeah, true. This is a B rush for Faze? Surely not, with the bomb outside the bomb.
Yeah, the bomb being back outside long heavily suggests probably not, but with a heavy presence here early, I'm imagining we're going to see cat control attempted, and then maybe like leaving a player in the tunnels to hold on to it and deny any aggression. Nico going to be moving into middle alongside Rain, and they'll leave BMAS back in the tunnels to keep an eye on this flank. So yeah, setting up for what looks like an A split right now, but there's always time to change. That is the benefit of having BMAS holding onto the tunnels. It leaves your options open. With this many players at long, this was very much looking like an A play, and now that kill from Farlig, yeah, that just might throw a bit of a spanner in the works. They're still looking to commit to it, and the flash is not great, but Cold Zera is going to get the kill anyway.
What?
The flash didn't blind Farlig. It did blind Brokey, however, so if Cold went down there was no trade. That is a huge kill for him to find. Rain now dealing with Stiko as well. Cold continuing to tap these heads off. BMAS holding on to this lower push. He's ready and waiting. Crystal going to slip through this smoke.
Ooh, nice.
Does get the advantage there. Deals with BMAS and is left with 2-on-3 open. Rain able to get that trade. To Zen, 1-on-3.
Faze did such a good job of dealing with that crossfire for Godsent, right? We have Madden up on the site looking at short. We have Stiko and CT about to peek long. And Faze, they throw the short smoke down that you often execute behind, but Rain looks through a little gap in it and kills Stiko. Madden the whole time is watching short, but because of the smoke, he can't trade, he can't see, he can't stop Rain there. And then the rest of Faze, because they've killed Stiko, because they've killed the long player, or at least the long rotation, Faze just move up long and shoot Madden in the back of the head. He's still watching Cat. So great layered attack there from the Faze clan, not falling for the crossfire of Godsent. And even though the AWP is saved, it is of grim constellation because it's going to be saved into an eco round here for Godsent. Well, you know, at least accept when you're wrong, right? That's the key. I did think 1,000 AWP kills versus like 70 was a bit mad, but that makes a lot more sense now. Either way. Godsent is still eco behind this, so no M4s for them either. And this AWP, it would certainly love 1,000 kills, but I don't think Faze is going to give them that. Zen rather, on the AWP. Inside of the V-bomb site, it's going to be a burst out long. Stiko gets one, and in a round like this, when Godsent are eco, just trading 1-for-1 is excellent. If you can get a single kill off of your pistol, then that's great, because you can set Zen up to potentially win this round with the AWP.
Back into B. Now Crystal is here alone. Still in with a chance here. Our Godsent. Farlig and Zen. They've retrieved these orbs. And this has left this doable now.
Oh, but the double AWP, if anything, it's just an incentive to save, right? It's not going to tempt you back in. And honestly, that's fine for Godsent. This was an eco anyway, right? Like the fact that you get out with double what you brought into it, which is that solo AWP on Zen, Farley gets away with one as well. So it's actually a pretty good round for Godsent, all things considered. But Faze, most important part is they're getting a 7th round on the board. They're getting one step closer to that victory lane. And Godsent, well, they have nothing but they can't do anything but let them do it. There. That was quite a sentence. Either way, Godsent will be fully buying moving forward, reinvesting with everything they need as well. That AWP being saved on Farlig certainly helps. And I wonder where we see that secondary AWP. More standards just to see it based off of spawn, you know, long pick and then taking the second one towards B in a fast, safer way. And here we go. Here's Godsent back in action. Back in duty. Brokey, 4 and 5 with York, but he's had a couple of crucial kills here, getting Faze back man advantages. So now his work is going to be cut out for him, having to face the CT-sided AWPs in Farlig and Zen. No AWP on B though, both A-side players.
Mid-control attempted, but this is I don't want to say a suicide mission, but that's almost what it was for Rain. Like, he was just throwing himself out into mid to cause chaos, to try and force these rotations. And while all this is going on, the rest of his team have worked their way up long. And this momentary confusion that Rain caused forced these players out of position. They were fixated back towards long. They weren't ready for Nico coming up the catwalk. And already this is looking like a save from Godsent. Bowing on out, they're backing out of the round. Zen waited around in CT for a moment to see if a kill presented itself, and it just never did. All right, Crystal.
Just trying to see what's behind this bars.
He's playing the anti-flash. That's why he's doing it for real. But yeah, you know, very, you know, like Vaxark's gonna have a great time with that one. Crystal doing it again.
Don't worry, he's not winning the round anyway. And Faze, they're not worried either. Will be a kill going the way of Stiko to Nico, and an AK dropped, but, well, Stiko already had one, so not really an upgrade by any regard. It's going to be Faze up to 8, continuing to build. This is a great T-side from Faze Clan in a map that, when we look at the numbers, they're actually pretty significantly, you know, better on the CT side, 60-40. We actually don't see that a lot anymore nowadays, so, you know, that doesn't apply to Godsent in this sense either, so... This is a really, really good half for Faze Clan. They've not even had to, you know, to be honest, abuse B. And that seems to be the main T-side, you know, attack route here in 2020. Just those fast mid to B splits, taking long, backing out, getting up cap, backing out, just faking A constantly, because you know teams lean towards A every single time. In this round, Godsent had 2 in the B bomb site, luckily. Faze aren't interested, not yet at least, just running this default, holding tunnels and working catwalk into the AWP. Farley should have this shot, and he does, but now he's trapped. The Molotov will give him room, give him safe passage to exit this position if he wants. And yeah, with a smoke flash combo, he's going to crawl out of cat. The man advantage for Godsent. What do Faze want to do with that? They still don't even have long. Stiko's tucked in on the left side, and you know, who knows if Cold has that information, so he's not going to opt to move away from it as well. Try and regroup with his team. And I mean, this is the most standard round to hit a mid to B or just hit a full B rush, right? And Godsent know that as well. Faze have had nothing go their way. They've had no map control taken. And so Godsent should certainly be expecting a bit of a B rush in this one.
Let's get it. Let's see what happens at this B bomb site. Nico lining up the flash. It's going to be Cold. And BMAS leading the charge. Eventually. Everything needs an appropriate amount of build-up. This is it. This is the build-up. You're in it. Welcome to it. I hope you're enjoying it. But boy, oh boy, the comfort's over. That was the calm before the storm. Now we're in the storm. And Crystal, laying down the pay, but only good for one. It's Brokey. And BMAS opening up this B bomb site. Lots of Bs. Swarming on in, and now that bomb plant comes through. Madden tries to run the gauntlet, and that's a little bit overzealous. Wanted to get in, you know, while they're getting the bomb plant, knowing that at most there might be like 1 or 2 crosshairs trained on him, but still a very, very overzealous push. Eco in the tunnels doesn't fare any better, and for Farlig, he's probably thinking about saving this orb. They were looking to hunt him as well. He just got out of there in time. They peeked through the window and door in tandem. And even then, Farlig, you thought he'd got away. The old saying, you can run, you can't hide. No, it's actually the other way around in this sense. He probably could have hid, just can't outrun them.
No, and he tries to jump over the barrels, which, if anything, makes him more visible to the bottom of mid. So yeah, it certainly doesn't help him there. But you know, what can you do? 9-4, Faze, excellent work so far on this T-side. Just no signs of slowing down either. And Godsent, they will get away with another double AWP, but how much success is this really going to muster? That's a great kill. That's a start. Farley, again, finding these opening kills for Godsent is what he's good at. Flash into B for Faze. They want to try and fight this all back. And great trade from BMAS. He gets a double. He opens up B, and he may have just won this round for Faze. Cold is putting in more kills as we speak, and there's only 2 players left up for Godsent. Madden does double down in the B bomb site, and that's going to send the bomb packing back towards A.
Yeah, quite the 2 players still alive, as it turns out. Madden and Zen in with a chance, and it's all on the back of this heroic B push from Madden. However, where he pushes B and he finds success, the bomb has actually gone down over at the A site in the meantime. And now Rain and Cold's there at 2 of the 3 seasoned Faze veterans left in this clutch. They know there's a man in CT. Mate Madden hasn't exactly been discreet with these flashbangs, and Rain now looking for Madden as well. He's going to follow up with the double. It's 10 on the board for FaZe Clan.
Despicable.
And that one tap is wild. BMAS as well with this little play at B helps make this whole round doable. We missed this 2K. And just a nice little spray from Madden.
What was so good about that round for FaZe is after you get 2 kills B, all Godsent are doing, they're not even thinking, they're not even communicating, they're just running to B. So after FaZe get those kills, they actually go the other way with the bomb because they know Godsent have to rotate to B off the back of it. And when FaZe planted A, Godsent was so surprised by that, by the looks of things. So nice shot from Farley. Doesn't need the orb to find success. The scout will do it as well, but Godsent have still been cordoned out of this bomb site by the utility. FaZe again in a 4-on-4 in B. Farley's going to flash his teammates back in, but we're looking for a heroic play. Madden, can you give us one? That's a start. Bomb dropped as well. Nico's going to trade, but he doesn't know that Madden is in the position. He's here for a third, and Madden might have just won this entire round for Godsent. Rain's got to somehow pick up the pieces with another 1v2.
Yeah, the molly's really going to complicate matters. He's got to go through it, and now forced up on top of the box. The scout tags him, and Madden's there to solidify it with 4 kills holding down that B bomb site. Finally, we see that door push work in the way it was supposed to. And Godsent, 5 at the end of the first half. It was enough back on Inferno. Is it going to be enough here on Dust 2? You're going to have to join us after a quick break to find out. Well, I said you'd have to wait and see, and I guess you guys have done the waiting. So now all that's left to do, Hugo, is the seeing. Godsent taking on FaZe, and you can see the Betway odds putting this one in favor of FaZe. I imagine they were doing the same back on Inferno at this same scoreline. So let's see if Godsent can grind their way back in. It's a fast B play, quick as you like, and Cold Zera here holding down the line, does put up the first. He's got a teammate in tandem to support him. It's Brokey as well, helping out, putting up another. The rotations are quick and fast. Farley, 2 kills, but no more as the flank comes in from Rain. That would have sealed the deal, even if Brokey gets picked up. The FaZe, they collapsed on into that B bomb site. They don't give Godsent the room to maneuver. Rain even cutting down players in rotation, just being a little nuisance.
Yeah, and obviously it only works because FaZe get those opening 2 kills as the site rush comes through, but they don't need to wait and flash into the doors or anything because there are already players in B. FaZe can just run through the smokes, and even though Godsent takes some players down, FaZe just have the numbers advantage and can trade their way to a win. Farley, man, he looks good though. I believed in that pistol clutch for a second, Harry. I was holding my breath. He's 5-1 in opening duels. He's a top player for Godsent so far. But we'll see if he can make things happen here with the scout, because Godsent, they need it more than ever. A force buy in the second with no bomb plant on their pistol means they're going to be waiting some time before they get a full rifle round. Fast play up towards A. Here they go. Madden with the Deagle looking for the entries. There's a man on the site. They haven't rid either. Rain is there with 2 cold, throwing in flashes to assist. Nico's dropped another with the scout, 1 by 1. They're all going to fall. Farley alone in a clutch. And, I mean, he's just not in the position to do the job, you would think. The flick shot almost connects, but it's going to be FaZe finding the round.
Man, I thought he was going to get a second guy as well. Like,
yeah.
I don't know, man. Whenever I watch Farley, I'm always just amazed. Like, considering I'd never even really heard of this guy until, you know, like recently this year. And then just looking so damn good.
Yeah, definitely a good pickup for Godsent. Like, very explosive AWP player. He has been absolutely carrying Copenhagen Flames in recent history. Not to take it away from the rest of the team, obviously. Great bunch of guys, but yeah, Farley, without a doubt, best player in that roster. Deagle in middle here. There's no armor for Godsent, so even a mere bullet will render you basically useless for the short term. Cold. Well, that bullet, that will render Madden useless for the rest of the round because it's in his face. Godsent send their players up towards Catwalk, but that's just going to be heading into the stack of FaZe Clan, and Cold's got the info as well. Nico sitting on the side with the scout. We got Rain long side on his rifle, and B-Master holding down the long side. He's dropped the 1 lurk there. That was Stiko. Now it's just down to the cat play. Meow.
Oh, Nico, this should be a nice little easy scout clip for him. Let's go. He really takes his time lining that up, and oh dear. It wasn't what I wanted at all. That wasn't
That's
what
hilarious.
I asked for, Nico. Wasn't what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah, he spends so much time lining up that shot.
I was thinking, right?
Giggling.
Yeah, when he's taken, you know, 15 seconds to, you know, like zero the scope. He's like accounted for the wind. He's licked his finger, put it out into the open air. He knows everything.
But all that does, yeah, all that does is just give more time for Zen to, you know, recover from the flashbang, right? To the point where he's eventually, you know, recovered his eyesight and could take the shot. So, yeah, I like the patience from Nico. I love that he gets a tag as well, but nothing more. The AWP, well, that will do even more. Madden dropped down lower. It's a wallbang headshot. Surprise, surprise for FaZe Clan. Filling up the kill feed with every emblem they can to boost up for Cold. He's watching the catwalk. He won't let Godsent get here for free. Farley's watching, though. He should check this position when coming through. Ooh. Boost isn't the most common, but Farley seems very aware, and FaZe are going to fall off anyway, so it will never get seen. Godsent move that AWP up the catwalk. Notice the bomb is still in tunnels. At any point, Godsent can dip, dive, and duck back into B play here. With or without that mid control. But worth noting, FaZe with an advantage. They have no issue just double stacking this site and having enough players to hold on to B rather than be stuck in a retake scenario here. And I think it is going to be a B play by the looks of things. A fake A smoke coming out from Farley. The rest of Godsent moving through middle. No one here for FaZe Clan. Rain's going to try and get the position under control, but at this point they've already pushed past it. He's going to go through the smoke. No fear for Rain. No one's watching either. And it's a rainy day in Dust 2. He is just making them melt. 14 rather to 5. Maybe I'm a couple of rounds ahead, Harry, as FaZe Clan look to put this one to bed.
Yeah, decisively as well, right? And, you know, truth be told, this is kind of what I wanted from FaZe. Like, you know, I would have loved for a close third and final map, and, you know, there is still time for Godsent to build back into it. But for the sake of, like, you know, the storylines remaining consistent and for, you know, the kind of good of this squad, I wanted them to be able to bounce back and look ferocious here, and that's exactly what they've delivered. Now, we've seen Godsent winning games that they have no business winning, even if you think back to Inferno just moments ago. I'm sure it's very, very fresh in everyone's mind. You know, this would be a comeback of a level even above that. That's not to say it's impossible, but it's got to start now, or else it probably never starts at all. Well, they do try and get out over here towards long. They get a man down in the pit as well.
Oh!
Nico hit that. I didn't even realize. I didn't even notice. Like, there was so much unnecessary mouse moving, but like, it was so fast. Nico, okay. All right, mate. Yeah, so I guess he's taken the Inferno loss well.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll certainly do it.
Wow, all right, yeah, so Farlick's just been deleted, and now, Godsent, they try and go back to B, but like Coldzera has given them the most literal version of a middle finger in-game that you can give. He drops this smoke as they get to the tunnels, and now Godsent, they go, right, guys, well, I think they know where they are, where we are. We don't really have anywhere on the map, so they've got to try and take somewhere, and the place they're going to try and take is mid. Now, this makes sense. They can get a nice foothold here. They can work these other positions on the map, be it lower, be it catwalk, whichever one they end up trying to take. So they've reopened their options. However, doing all of this has cost you a lot of time. And so you've got to pick up the pace now. And they go in towards mid. They manage to trade it effectively. They keep a man advantage. Nico's taken it away. Brokey's dropped the bomb. And he's solidified map and series point for Faze. That round there was like a great series of responses from either team. Nico with that shot, like still, even seeing it in slow motion, I don't understand.
It's faster than a real flick.
Yeah, you know, even then, right? They lose long. The response from Godsent is to go back from T-spawn to B. Great adjustment. But Faze, and amongst all of that, and spotting the players at long, they take tunnels. So a great adjustment from Faze. Then Godsent try and take mid. And
he's having fun.
Yeah, Nico is just popping heads right now.
Yeah. And Brokey's not been AWPing on this city side, and I was like wondering about the single AWP, but now it's a double AWP, and he's still not taking it. So yeah, he's just like, yeah, guys, you're having fun, you're hitting shots, just take it. Oh, rifle. Nico's hit another one in the pit. Cold has been killed in middle. There are guns available, but right now Godsent are going towards the end goal with the A site, inside. Madden's got a kill to Nico down CT, and Brokey, he may have conceded the AWP. There's one at his feet, but for this 1v3 clutch, maybe a rifle is the way to go about it. He's not rushing this one. Godsent is stalling the plant out, but it will eventually come through, and Brokey has to make the decision. Does he want to stay? Does he want to go?
Yeah, he's sticking around this AWP, definitely with the goal of trying to save it, but he's going to hold on to it for now, and he knows that this AWP is kind of like a bit of a bait maybe for Godsent. They're looking for it, and that's not the nicest of sprays from Brokey. He does get blindsided by Zen and through mid. That whole round was like very horrible for Brokey. I think, you know, if Zen wasn't in a position on catwalk, because that was known, he did just deal with someone over there, then maybe we see Brokey like quick switching between the AWP and AK to try and take players down on the cross. That's never really afforded to him because of the player up on cat. Just having that presence keeps him locked on in. And Zen's actually going to tag Brokey on the cross. You mentioned how Brokey hasn't been donning the AWP. Well, this time he does pick it up alongside Nico.
I think after that last round, after that rifle spray, Harry, he probably asked for it after that. And Faze, well, they will be inclined to agree, giving it back to the main AWP in the team. But we do have Nico donning one. And honestly, what Nico wants, Nico gets. And you know, in this Faze time roster, I'm pretty fine with that logic. Nico's pretty fine as well. We've seen some sick flicks from him in this series. Godsent taking catwalk, notice the bomb. Once again, back down lower. Looking like Godsent want to drop late B here. They're going to get smoked off on cat. That might just tempt them into this sooner rather than later. Mid to B play can come through. Rain last time pushed through the smoke. This time he's on the site, so a little further away. And Godsent, they don't want anything to do with it either. They're not going to go through the middle, not with a bomb at least. Madden regrouping, grabbing another AWP, and going towards the tunnels with his team. There's going to be two coming out mid, and the bomb is at least in a somewhat safe position, but for how long?
Oh, well, Cole choosing that moment to go aggressive, not well timed. Stiko actually finding a double kill at B, and this is already a save for Faze. This is a 7th round on the board for the Godsent side, and they are slowly but surely starting the comeback into this game. However, it's still a long ways away from ever feeling like a reality just yet. And that's one of the problems with a scoreline like this, right? Like, you know, no matter how well you do, even if you're Godsent here and you get like another 7 rounds in a row on the back of this, it can still all fall apart in just one crucial round. You could lose this 16-14. So yeah, Godsent, they can't just be good here. They can't just be great. They've got to be flawless.
Certainly not easy, especially not with a triple orb. I wonder if Godsent are going to keep this, because this is a bit ridiculous, in my opinion. A bit obscene, Harry. Your thoughts on the triple orb?
No, man, I actually love it. Do you want to know why? They're going to use the orbs down mid, and then they're going to buy AKs.
Yeah, no, of course.
Great.
Yeah, that's fine, right?
And you know, you're up against match point anyway. You just don't care about money at this point if you're Godsent.
That's if they upgrade them. I did see an AK in sport.
Let's get it. Triple orb down mid. Oh, just 2 of them for now, in fact. Actually, one of these on Farlig, the man who will be keeping the orb. Makes sense. He's not back in P-spawn, and he's hit that blinder of a shot onto Cold. Godsent aren't going to react quickly on the back of it, though. They take the 5-on-4 in their stride, and now they slow it right down. Brokey with a Zeus. All right, Brokey, I see the game you're playing. I see what you're doing here. And let's see, because there is Zen on the other side. Ooh, there it is. We get the Zeus kill. And Brokey's now upgraded. Nico has found Crystal in the meantime. It's a 3-on-3. And on the back of a Zeus and an AWP, they might find success here on the Faze side. Brokey with this scavenged rifle. Here's the rotation into lower tunnels. They've cleared Catwalk. Nico going to be the first point of contact at B, but Farlig, I think, is already holding for this peak. No, Stiko actually offers up next. Nico goes back in again, and he hits that flick. Only damage found, not quite the killing blow, but it's a man advantage for FaZe in an eco round. Nico backing away momentarily. The Molotov keeps him out of window. The cross is secured, at least for Godsent. Gonna get this bomb planted. It's Farlig and Madden. Both of these players have been huge talking points as individuals for Godsent, and they need to show us why now. The Spab has brought Madden down to 1 point of health. Once again, this was an eco with a saved AWP on Nico, and that was it.
They're just going to group and run the gauntlet right through the window. Madden getting spotted, but missed shots, and the time is ticking. No kill on this eco. Madden's dead, and Nico shuts out the round, the series. Everything about it is gone. It's over. It's FaZe Clan up to 16, and off the back of pistols, Harry, Godsent, I don't think they realized that B site was clear. Brokey had all the information, but Godsent hesitated. They stuck in the tunnels, and that is ultimately what loses them the round. The AAA WP, Harry, maybe it wasn't the solution, but obviously not the problem.